seatbelt. I want to take a journey through this emotional roller coaster. Some of these problems are new, some are just older. I haven't moved them because they've been stuck so long under a boulder. Let's start with trust. All I remember is getting sideswiped by a bus. Yeah, we all been there. Allowing our walls to completely fall, trusting that person they call last shot they won, 8-ball. Then it makes me angry, drives me to be cranky. I have an outlook on a certain situation. It's like I'm ready to speak, but then I close the curtain. I don't want to be weak and start accusations. Then it turns to anticipation, but this excitement turns to tension, which is now apprehension, anxiety or fear that something bad or unpleasant's gonna happen. It's like I'm an animal in a cage, people just sitting around, even clapping. Why haven't I learned my lesson? That's the first thing I told you. I got hit by a bus. Now these emotions are churning. I'm at the point of disgust. Just want to take everything from above, smash it and turn it into dust. I want to be a fighter, not use my gloves. I want to be free, like a beautiful white dove. This becomes my ultimate fear. Maybe I was in the bus. Maybe I was the one to steer. But I stopped and looked at the headlights, stood there like a deer. Then another emotion seeped in. It's called sadness. My head is so messed up, the only way to explain it is one word called madness. Interfering the ability to distinguish right from wrong. But how could this be? I'm too tough. I'm like King Kong. I'm gonna relinquish my grip on the rope because I no longer want to be strong. I follow my heart. It never does me wrong. I fell into another place called joy. I see bright lights. I feel like an altar boy. This is the hardest place for me to be. I try to stand up and move my feet from beneath. I can't budge. I'm stuck in the seat. I try to yell for help. Then I hear a voice.
What's up, everyone? How are you guys doing? I know everyone's been waiting for the Legend of the White Dragon. We made a huge step. We wrapped yesterday. We made a freaking movie, as Ben says. Man, we did it. We had a little ceremony for all the cast and crew. Don't worry, if we haven't been on set and some of the cast members, I got something very special to you. I thought it would be cool to get some medals and put the medals around their neck and do a courtesy bow to show respect for everybody out there. This is what we got. The Legend of the White Dragon medals, all right? Badges, Legend of the White Dragon, best cast and crew. Cast and crew, you should wear this proudly, but more importantly, fans, you're gonna be very proud of this movie. Legend of the White Dragon, I just got done signing a ton of pops for the rewards. We had helmets. I got a chance to use all the helmets. If you guys have those reward tiers, we're gonna get it to you and I'm gonna sign them. But man, I just wanna show my excitement. I mean, I have so much content to show you guys and I can't wait. So everyone out there, this is just my thank you to everybody. I can list all the names, but you know who you are. I truly bless the project. I'm blessed to have you guys. And more importantly, you had what I was looking for. We had a purpose and we did passion. And that's what this project's all about. And that is a magical formula for the Legend of the White Dragon. These are the pops. After 3 years long, basically he was outlaw, on the run, forced to hide. Eric Reed has returned to reclaim his powers as the White Dragon. His goal is simple: clear his name and be reunited with his family. Only one thing stands in his way: Dragon Prime, who will not stop nothing to destroy the White Dragon. And anyway, there's a lot of other villains too. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Cast and crew, proud of you. I'm very proud of everyone. Chris J, I know you're going back today, and we're going to miss you, but you're going to come back. Bat and the Sun, Aaron, Shaun, you worked super hard on this project. I don't know how you did it. I mean, you're up, you're shooting, you're editing the next day. You don't even get sleep. So Aaron, the sequel is you, Dragon Prime, like you said, sleeping the whole entire sequel. But I have an idea. You're sleeping, but you're dreaming, which means you still have to work. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much to the best cast and crew and the best fans in the world for making this happen. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. Kickstarter was amazing. We also have private funding. We made this thing huge. I'm super blessed to be part of this. Best acting, best action, best DP work, best lighting, best sound. I mean, I can just go on and on. All right, that's it for now. But thank you guys, and I will see you soon, because I got a road trip coming up. You know what that means. I'll be doing some live Instagram. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You're the best. All right, guys, day number 22 is coming up on The Legend of the White Dragon. I can't wait to show everyone this film. This film has everything you need: drama, action, and Jenna just got a chance to film. Amazing scene. Big shout out to the cast. We'll be announcing it, so I can't wait to show the world The Legend of the White Dragon. Guys, this is the movie helmet that I wore. And Aaron's helmet right here. Dragon Prime. Legend of White Dragon.
All right, how is everybody doing today on this lovely Tuesday? Well, Thursday. I'm over here losing track. Of days. Anywho, what's been up, y'all? What's been up? New studio setup, so I got to get this together. I'm prepping for some big stuff this week. Well, this weekend, I know you probably saw me. So someone say, "Hey, check Twitch." Yeah, I'm gonna get Twitch. I'm gonna give some TLC, guys. I promise. This weekend, I'm giving Twitch some TLC, and I'm gonna get it up to the best of my abilities, because y'all know I'm not good. But you know, how's everyone doing? Ranger community, check in. I know y'all thought these JDF streams were oh, am I freezing? No. What? What's going on? Look, I got when I tell you I got some high internet. Oh, I got some high internet. Oh, I'm big as all right. We're gonna have to fix that just later. We're just gonna have to do the stream like this. I have no idea. This happens every time. Freezing up and breaking up badly. All right. It should be a little bit more stable now. It should be stable. But anyway, yeah, the JDF streams, I'm still here. I'm still doing them. It's just, this is an interesting one. I can't believe I'm freezing up like this. But anyway, if it gets too bad, I might have to stop the stream. But it's looking like it's stabling out. I hope it's stabling out. I look a little fuzzy. Let's see if I can tighten it up. Up. All right. Hopefully we good. Sorry about that, guys. This is what happens when you don't prep as much. You know, I thought I was prepped, and then boom, struggle streaming already. But anywho, JDF streams, I thought they were over too, but we not talking about his death today. We talking about some business. Okay. And my daughter is not here. You know, she got the blicky right here close, just in case, you know, one of my haters or some simp come knocking at the door. We got the blicky right here. We got the real blicky too. But anywho, I don't have my daughter tonight. I just got off the phone with her. She doing good. We don't have to worry about the robot voice because she not here. And we just got right now. But shout out to my daughter. Appreciate her. And currently, you know, for guys who don't know, I do have a daughter. And we are in the Spy Kid stage, guys. The Spy Kid stage. We have graduated from Lao Lao Crocodile, and we're up to Spy Kids, which is interesting considering Spy Kids was around when I was a kid. So no sweater today. No, I got the Stay Resilient hoodie. You know, we ain't gonna tie it up today. I mean, I did do a
dig, bro. You like to dig.
I did do a little digging, and it you know, it is what it is. But no suit, no cardigan today. But we got the Lao Crocodile in the car now. So now we listen to the soundtrack. But for those who don't know, I am, you know, HenryResilient, aka the Secret of Truth, the host of this show where we care about facts over feelings. So if you and your feelings, get the fuck out of here. And we also call out simps.
We're a simp podcast.
We also call out simps over here. We try to educate men on stop simping, and we also acknowledge our flat earthers, and we gonna touch on those two today. Importantly, we're gonna just have a good time. Everyone be respectful of everyone, and I do got a great show. For those who don't know, I used to be an investigator. Basically, I did that for 8 years. After 5, I got promoted. I was the money man, not a debt collector like some of these simps say, but a real live investigator for a company, guys. Like, it's crazy thinking about it. But I used to investigate people, see if they owed my company money. Maybe my company owed them money. That's what I used to do. And today we're going to be talking about business. And I have an MBA, guys. I know, right? I know. I got an MBA. It's wild, but I did it. I completed the MBA program at some university that shall remain nameless. But that's going to give me a little expertise to talk about some of this business. But keep in mind, just because I am wearing black does not mean I am black, So, like, remember, guys, I ain't black. I'm just faking it till I make it. But I hear San Francisco giving out reparations. So if you got anyone here from San Francisco? If you from San Francisco, put a 5 in the chat so I can use your address so I can collect my reparations. Nope. But anywho, shout out to San Francisco if they really give them back reparations. But look, today we are not here to talk about JDF's death today, guys. It's really all business. We gonna touch on it because the flat earthers was like, hey, something's going on. And I'm like, oh my God, the flat earthers. Oh, we do got somebody from San Francisco, Kristen Reinhardt. Okay, all right. It's lagging that bad? Jesus, classy. If you say it's lagging, I know it's bad. All right, if it become unbearable, I'll stop it and start back up. But it should clear out. It should clear. I'm hoping it clear out. Anywho. Like I said, so the topics today, we have, Haim Saban, the story from rags to riches. I love a rags to riches story because along the way, you got to break a few eggs if you want to make an omelet, not everyone is going to like your business practices, and there is something we can learn from him. So a lot of people feel a different type of way. And how does JDF feel about Saban? That's an interesting question. Did he always do good business? Did JDF himself do good business? We're gonna take a trip, we're gonna go back in time. We got the flat earth update. We got that. Some flat earthers, they're quiet. Most of them have turned into fan groups. Thank goodness. But every now and then someone's like, yo, look at this flat earther over here. Look what they're saying. And I'll be like, no way. Close to Windows, Henry. Dude, I'm doing it the best I can. I really am pissed off if my internet just keeps lagging. I really am, in all honesty, because I pay for a decent amount of internet. But anyway, we're going to talk about JDF's toys. No. Gosh, it's so choppy, sporadically choppy. Yeah, like, dude, when I tell you, I have no idea. I am on the landline. Anywho, all right, we just gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. Is it Twitch? I mean, I shut down Twitch. Oh, I know why. I think I know why, guys. I think I know why. All right, give me a second. Settings, quality. There you go. That should fix it. All right. I had to turn down the settings on something. Something was on the highest settings possible. All right, so let me make sure everything else is like that. All right. Anywho, let's get back to it. Sorry, this is beyond me. But anywho, we're gonna talk about a millionaire simp or whatever. I know, guys, I know, and he did the unthinkable. He actually sued the woman he was simping on, like. Not like the last simp who exposed the person who got him for $150 on a Visa gift card. But he has went, latest reports, he has went back to simping for the person who scammed him. Sometimes it's always a simp, unfortunately, but we want to talk about it, and we're going to share JDF's thoughts on the 30th anniversary, why he chose not to attend. Is there some truth that they're using the real life tragedy of the Yellow Ranger to build the storyline for the 30th anniversary? We're going to touch on that. Also, a batting son, Aaron shares his thoughts on why JDF chose not to participate. And should we make it to the end free of any more glitches, we will have a special guest on who could shed some more light on the on his business. Now, if you would like to contribute to tonight's stream, you could do so via give me a second, it got load up. You could do so via $ HenryResilient on the Cash App, or you can send a super chat if you got a question. So let me start getting off to the earlier contributors. Mr. Monster says, I missed my chance to ask the question, but I feel after watching it, she answered every question she could possibly answer. She is 100% innocent. Okay, he's talking about Tammy, and I'm looking at the stream, and it is very sporadically breaking up. It's very sporadically breaking up, and it is pissing me off. So what I'm going to do is I am just, if it's unbearable, put a 1 in the chat. If it's unbearable, put a 1 in the chat. All right, shout out to KT says, here we go. Like the video. Yes, guys, like the video, please. It helps the algorithm. And we have Robin here. She says, like the video, I love Jason's poems. Yes, I love Jason's poems too. Again, if it's unbearable, put a 1 in the chat so I'll know the most people want me to stop. Oh shit! If Dust saying it's a 1, it's a 1. It's a 1. Shit, everyone's saying it's 1. Okay, all right. Let me get through these 2 somewhat every now and then. We're about to learn about the legend of the legend of the bad business deals. Yes. Oh gosh. All right. So this is what I want everyone to do. Winter's Life, I appreciate you. I hope you're doing okay, Henry. I'm about to shut the stream down. Give me about 5 minutes. Hold on, I'll let you know you're good right now. It's still bad. Shit. Sorry. All right. How about now? Because I'm watching it live and I don't see it skipping anymore. But if y'all say it's bad, keep going though. Keep going though. Keep going though. Test. Just go without Cam. I'm moving back and forth and I'm watching it like I'm watching it on whatchamacallit. Nothing right now. Everyone catch up. This is bad. It's good now. Doing okay now. It's good now. It's good now. It's good now. It's good. We rolling. Better. All right. All right. So if y'all saying it's better now, looks fine to me. No, it's yo. I'm getting conflicting reports. Guys. Nope, it's still bad. I'm looking at it. Look, I'm moving. Keep it moving. Okay, keep it moving. Most of y'all, I think the people who saying it still looks bad, you need to hit the live button to refresh. You could be like a couple minutes behind. Oh shit, laggy. It's unstable. No, it's choppy again. Shit. All right. I'm about to shut it down. I'm gonna restart the streaming program. And we'll get back to it. God damn. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. It looks good, but then again, it stops. All right. I'm about to shut down and then I'm gonna restart it. I have no idea. It was pretty clean. All right. Oh, shit. Pretty clean. It does glitch time to time. Pretty normal in my opinion. It's lagging. All right, let's do a poll. Fuck it. I mean, screw it. Let's do a poll. I'll end the current poll. And if you guys want me to restart it, I'll let you guys vote. Start a poll. Restart stream. All right, guys. Yes. No. All right, y'all vote. And whatever y'all vote is what I'll do. Whatever y'all vote is what I'll do. What's a budget? Vote. Oh, this is pissing me off because I got so much good information. And I'm already starting behind. All right, 26 people voted. I got 80 in the chat. Everyone just vote. Vote. Restart. Hey, look, my mod is saying restart. It's bad. All All right, I'm about to shut it down. I'll go back live again, and hopefully we have better success. Restart computer, Henry. It's the process. It's the process lag, not your internet. God damn it! If I restart this computer, man, it's going. All right, let's try it. I'll restart the computer. If I go into YouTube Studio and disable auto stop, you should be able to use the same stream in StreamYard. All right. We troubleshooting live. This is bad, guys. This is bad. I've never my streams be laggy sometimes, but like this, shut down the computer completely, spread the fake storyline. Gosh. All right, let me try what class. Go into YouTube Studio content. Give me a second. Give it a few moments and power. All right, I gotta end it. Let me back. I'm about to shut down all my. I hate this. I hate this so bad. You froze me. I know. He said go to the YouTube tab. Yeah. You go to YouTube Studio and disable auto stop. Settings. All right, guys. Stream's over. Just leave. I gotta troubleshoot this. We'll reconvene hopefully at 8:30. We'll reconvene at 8:30. Customization. Where is this auto stop? Hasbro shut me down. Shut down the computer completely. Oh man. It's gonna mess me all up. I got it. I'm never restarting. This is bad. All right. Shit. All right. It's over, guys. You know what kills me is it look like it's working good. It's working fine like right now. I see it working fine right now, but I'm scared if I continue, it will start glitching, and then I'll just be looking foolish, and now be like a half an hour in, they'd be like, sorry. Hasbro don't want me digging.
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
Yes.
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
Hey, look though. I think I'm gonna run it. I think I'm gonna run it. Yo, Classy said call. All right, guys, sit tight. Let me call Classy. He been streaming way longer than I did. See you at 30, man. It can't be helped. All right. Shaxky said, that's what I mean. It's a processor lag. It's fine if you don't touch your computer. Oh. Okay. I see what Jacksky's saying. Let's see. Let's test out. Testing out the theory. You're good on my end. All right.
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
All right, this is all bad, man. All right, forget it. We're going to just keep rocking with it. I don't want to keep rocking with it. I'm so scared, guys. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Rise of Saban. Jaxie says good here. Okay, did it work itself out, Jaxie? You're good on my end. Everyone's saying I'm good. You're clear on my end. All right, everyone spam a 1 in the chat if I'm good. 1 if I'm good. Don't be scared. I'm scared to start back over because it took me like an hour to get up all these damn tabs. Lean with it, rock with it. Yo, shout out to Nick. He be all right, y'all saying Nick, he be going in on them simps. I be seeing it. I saw the comments, Nick. I was like, oh, Nick, thank you for going in on them simps. We can't let these simps win. Hey, if you see a simp, call them out.
We're a simp podcast.
Call him out. One for now. All right, Henry, salute. Yeah, I am part of the mastermind. Shout out to the masterminds. All right, we rocking, we rolling. Let's go. All right, so we gonna talk about Saban. All right, guys, we about to talk about Saban. I'm about to present. I'm about to share the screen. Share the screen. Let's go. It worked itself out. You know, the haters, right? The haters, right? All right, tell everybody come back. Is it 8:30 yet? 8:30. Everybody should be back. The haters don't want to see me win. The haters don't want to see me win, right? They don't want to see me win. I want to win, though. I want to win. I've been working hard. I should win. I should win, guys. Like, what? I should be winning out here in these streets. But, you know, I got haters, right? I got haters. They looking at me like this. They like, screw this HenryResilient guy. They dropping videos on me. They using me for clickbait. I'm like, y'all hater, you got simp tattooed on your arm. Get out of here. But anyway, haters ain't gonna slow me down, y'all. We gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it going. All right, so Haim Saban, right? Everyone wants to know, how did he get rich? How did he get rich? Now, back in the day, guys, people did not like him. People did not like him. Actors didn't like him. Well, I wouldn't say actors, but all right, we got it back. All right, thank you, Mastermind people, for checking in. Thank you, everybody, for saying my stream is good now. I see it's a little delay over there. That's what it is. Flat Earth update. We ain't get to the Flat Earth update. We're going to talk about Haim Saban first, okay? He was the owner. So we're going to go back to 1998. This article is from 1998, where Hollywood's main actors union accused one of the entertainment industry's biggest producers of children's shows, the maker of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and a dozen programs, of grossly underpaying performers, and announced it will punish union members caught working for the company, right? And this is Saban. We all know back in the day, they were given like $600 for a week's worth of work. And people had, you know, a lot of stuff to say. This is 1998. Think of this climate way back when, okay? And I think a lot of people were kind of jealous of Saban because he was bending the rules. Well, not even bending the rules, but he just wasn't falling in line, guys. And that's what people hate. They hate people that do not fall in line. You could feel how you want to feel about Saban because, you know, you could be in your feelings, but the fact of the matter was he was not falling in line. Okay, so what do they say? What do they say? All right, I see we got some simps in the chat. Simps in the chat. All right, y'all. Oh shit, we got our first simp in the chat. Hey, time out all simps. Seriously. All right. So what happened was he wasn't paying people. And this article just goes on to say, you know, the president, Richard Masur at the time, in an extremely cynical manner, he has made hundreds of millions of dollars marketing his programs and ancillary merchandise to children worldwide while exploiting the talent and material resources of child actors and their parents. Okay, the reason why they say where did that deficient guy? He went back to the Simp podcast. That's where he went.
We're a Simp podcast.
He went back to the Simp podcast. That's right. I don't know why the Simps be coming over here, but hey, I appreciate them. They help with the views. But they accuse Saban of exploiting children, but the key word is their parents, right? And the reason why they say parents is because if you're a child actor, your parents have to sign off on it. So one circumstance that very unique, he said, is that the licensing fees from the networks are lower for children programs for the primetime shows, and that the children's shows earn lower fees from syndication than the successful primetime shows do. So basically what he's doing is going for children's entertainment because you pay them less, but you have a higher return. Like, hey, look, we do kid shows. We don't do adult shows. We don't have to worry about that. The president at the time was so jealous, I think, of Saban. And you could say, well, no, he wanted to look out for the actors, but a piece of it is jealousy. When you see a man who came up from rags to riches, and he made over $300 million on Power Rangers alone in 1996. And they said that was other children programmers such as Warner Brothers and Disney managed to earn a profit while paying SAG rates. So basically, it's like, look, the thing about a union, guys, is you have to pay into it. So if he's making all this money and he's not cutting the union off, they got a problem with it. Now you can argue, no, the union is looking out for the best interest of the actor or actresses, but that's, it's murky. Okay. He said this further on this article right here. Let me make it a little bigger for you guys. I'm happy we got the delay. Delay is gone. He said that, let's see. The Guild president said that performers on Saban Productions are paid a small fraction of the standard rate for entertainment industry and often do not receive benefits such as a pension, health, residual income from rebroadcast. He said that actors are speaking parts in Saban's productions earn $200 a day instead of the $559 SAG established as the industry minimum. So now you're saying, hey, look, everyone else is paying this, and Saban is offering this. So you got the industry like, hey, what's going on? Okay, what's going on? As Tony would say,
what is going on?
What is going on? Oh, he's making money. He's giving people opportunities, and they're accepting them. So, but we're going to get to it now. Look, look, man, Saban is a mogul at this time. This is 1996. And basically, they're accusing him of just underpaying people. But he has created 18,000 jobs in California over the years, including for 1,400 actors. So you really can't, he's putting on a lot of people, but the union is complaining that he's underpaying the people and he's making boatloads of money, boatloads. But let's get to how he started out, right? Let's get to where he started. Where did he start out? How did he start making money? Because a lot of people don't know his story per se. And the first thing that he made was music. He was in the music industry. A lot of people don't know this. He was in the music industry and he made it big by signing this one guy to his label at 9 years old. And the thing was, the kid ended up going platinum. Saban moved to Paris. His luck had turned. He signed a 9-year-old singer, Noam Kayenyo, and produced the album that went platinum. This allowed him to start his production company and set up his own label. All right, guys? So, look, he's just a businessman. Businessman. That's what we're talking about. Business today. Today is all business. We're talking about business. So he signs this 9-year-old, but most people don't know his story. His story is, look, dude, if you go from nothing to a billionaire, people gonna have some questions. People gonna be upset. People gonna be mad. You're gonna have haters on you. You're gonna have the SAG people like, yo, how'd you make $1 billion and didn't pay anyone? You're like, look, don't worry about it. All right, so let's start right here, guys. I know this is a lot of information. I'm gonna make this way bigger. Here is the timeline. Give me a second here. I'll make it super big for you guys. So this is from Forbes. Forbes was kind enough to put together a timeline for him, and then we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna hear how JDF feels about it. Okay, guys. All right. What happened to the 9-year-old singer? He blew up. He blew up. He a rich singer now. Okay, so look, in 1975, I'll make this bigger so you guys can see it. I really want to get this guy's timeline. Look, I love business. I love business talk. I love money. We all love money. We all need money. And we gonna talk about money. So in 1975, he moved to Paris. He goes into debt. He had a negative 600,000 K debt in 1975 because I see the cent back. Block him. He go. All right. So in 1975, he had a negative net worth of $600,000. So how do you go from 1975, a negative net worth, to $600,000 to becoming a $3 billionaire? He's worth like $3 billion in whatchamacallit. Okay. So how do you get his money? In 1983, after building a business in Paris and managing and producing the TV shows for Saban, he moves to LA. Okay. Now, in 1984, he buys the rights to the Japanese version of Power Rangers. That's right. Power Rangers is not an original idea. And if you don't believe me, I could share this tab right here and you'll see this is what Super Sentai. These are the original Power Rangers way back in the day. Like here's their comics. Like this is you like, hey, what the hell happened? Super Sentai, basically, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. There's their Green Ranger. This is the Green Ranger in Japan. All right. Like you see. So anyway, let's get back to it. He wasn't the original idea. He bought it from Japan. Now you like, what the hell does it have to do with it, right? He buys it in 1984. 1984. He pitches it for 8 years straight. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, guys. Let this sink in. For 8 years, he's going to people saying, hey, I got this excellent idea. Can you get it off the ground? They like, nope. Sorry. We don't believe in it. We don't believe in it. Get the hell out of our office. You got to go. All right. So not everyone knows this. I mean, the Super Sentai was, relatively new to me. I was digging into it a little bit.
Bro. You like to dig.
A little bit. But look, someone said, look, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, Power Rangers is not an original idea. So he pitches it, right? And everyone thought it was dumb except for one person. So for 8 years, he's going door to door. Hey, I got this idea for Power Rangers. They're like, nope, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my goddamn office. Until one woman accepts it and says, look, I'm going to bet my career on this. I'm going to bet my career on your Power Rangers, because she was like, look, we're going to do 3 time slots. And if this don't work, I'm fired. So you got to do it. And goddamn, did he do it? Did they do it? Did the Power Rangers do it? Did everybody do it? Yes, they did it. They kicked in the door, pumped in the 4-4, and they were just rolling up the Brinks truck. Okay, so look at this, right? Look at this. Oh man, this is great. Let me make it bigger. So in the first year alone, from 1993 to 1995, his net worth ballooned. Balloon, guys. When I say balloon, I'm like, everyone wished they could be like Saban. They could say, well, he had bad business practices. Yeah, but you probably would change positions with him right now if you could. So here we go. Power Rangers entered its second season in 1994, and his net worth shot up to 200 million by then. And you like, where did he make all this money from? Where did he make all the money from? The money came from the toys, guys. The money came from the toys, not necessarily the show. And that's what a lot of people don't know. People are like, yo, he is a showrunner. Like, no, man, he's selling toys out here. He's selling toys. Power Rangers are the best-selling licensed toys of the 90s. 6 billion at wholesale since 1993. That's a lot of money back in the day. Let's see, what was his splits? I believe his splits were 10%. We're not going to read this whole article because then we won't get into how JDF felt about him and JDF's story. Where is it at? Give me a second, guys. All right, here we go, right here. It started gaining momentum by 1994. By 1995, it was the biggest thing on children's TV. So Saban soon had offices in the top floors. He was calling the shots. And there we go, right here. Right there. Fox got 12.5% of Saban's net on Power Rangers merchandise. They wanted more, but I wouldn't let them have it, he says. That's Saban. He got 10 to 12% on wholesale prices. So they're moving like 100 million a year. You're getting 10 million just off toys. Just off toys. You got to know your worth. Know your worth, guys. And you can hate Saban, but we're going to get into how JDF felt about him, because a lot of people thought that JDF didn't like him. And they're still bringing in 100 million a year annually just from licensed merchandise. That is amazing. Amazing. So let's go to this. Oh no. All right. This right here. Here's the video right here. Fair use to Chris Gunter, right? And this is actually a good video, guys. And what I loved about JDF is he did plenty of interviews with people. and he would often drop so many gems. But look, Chris Gunter, no shade to him, 657 subs. This video has 3.5K views. It should have about 300K. He says, people say he never liked Saban. Okay, but what about JDF? What about JDF? All right, let's hear what he had to say.
Haim Saban. I told you, he took me to his house. We ate Chinese food. He told me, I'm going to be a star. We're doing a movie. So he had a lot of interest. It took him 8 years to get this pilot started. So
you hear 8 years, guys. No one has that intensity to go 8 years with people just telling you no. Henry, should I start a YouTube channel? No. All right, I'm gonna just start one anyway, see what happens.
He has a lot invested into it. So the first couple seasons, he came around a lot, every day on set, checking in. Well, as you know, in business, no personal offense, things get bigger and you send other people in. And now you're in a corporate position handling 1,000 things. Well, a lot of people on set, and there's probably a lot of people on set that are listening to this story going, no, we never heard the story. It's because the reason why I left.
All right, he has some technical glitches right there. They only last for about 30 seconds, but we got to put some respect.
Sorry.
Classy's name for sponsoring it.
Sorry, robocall.
Man, you're a busy man. Even in the middle of this, you're a busy man.
Man, I should have put it on airplane mode. But the reason why I left is everyone on set was always complaining that Haim was never there. I heard it. I told you, my ears are on the floor. I'm a fly on the wall. I'm listening. I want to make sure that any brand I do, I'm always giving advice.
Now look, when you the boss, sometimes you ain't gonna be there, guys. Like that's just the nature of the beast. Hey, I'm the boss. I'm too busy making moves. You guys do the filming. If you have an issue, you talk to the director. You don't need to talk to me. Okay, not saying like that's how it was, but sometimes that's just how it is. We'll keep it going. Fair use too, that Chris Gunther.
On what I think a business should do. So I heard a lot of people complaining that Haim never comes around. There's people that never met Haim and they're working on the show and they're actors. So for me, yeah, I was at one point, I saved the show. I didn't want to leave. So yeah, I did get paid more money than
you got paid more money. And now look, you can say he's throwing shots and we'll see who he's throwing shots at because hey, I didn't complain. So I got paid more money than most of the people.
I didn't ask for it. That's not what I was asking for. I just was in that position where I was quiet and things were given to me by not pressuring things. So I heard on set that during this time, man, I need I never heard, I never have Haim come here, Saban. So I went as a business owner to tell Haim, hey, look, there's a lot of people on set complaining right now. I'm just saying that maybe you should show up and meet them because right now they're getting a little, hey, I never met him. He's a businessman. He's rich. He's this, he's that. So I went and told him that.
All right. So JD came to him. Hey, one business owner to another. Every now and then you want to tell your guys like, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, I appreciate what y'all doing. But he like, look, man, you're going to hear what Haim said in response to this. Okay. You're going to hear what he said to that.
And when I told him that, he said, I don't need to come. I'll just pay people more money. And I said, listen, man, I said, I'm not asking you for more money. And they're not either. We're asking for a pat on the back. And he said, well, I don't need to. I'll pay you more money. I said, I'm not in here for that. I'm asking that you go to set and pat him on the back. And he said, no. And I said, I quit. I said, I'm leaving you. I'm giving.
Look, could you imagine that? Look, I ain't gonna front. Now look, this JDF that's talking is established JDF. We gonna see how JDF felt back in the day because established JDF has the fortitude to walk away. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. He has the fortitude. He has the income to say, look, I really don't need this. I'll see you guys later.
I'm giving you notice. And I left. Now, here's the difference between people that complain about not getting enough money to a guy saying that you left because he wanted to pay you more money. Yeah, that's right. Because I have morals. Because I don't want to feel like a prostitute. I don't want to have to feel like you can control my emotions with money. I'm not.
Okay, so look, I'm happy people never saw this interview and y'all seen it for the first time because I saw it for the first time not too long ago. And he's saying, hey, I got to leave because I don't feel like my morals should be compromised for money. But at the end of the day, guys, right? Whether y'all want to agree or not, we are all prostitutes. If you got a job, if you got a 9-to-5, you might as well, you prostitute. Now, look, it's not in the literal sense that you're exchanging your body for money, like, you know, in the traditional mind of the word. However, we're giving our time for resources. So you can look at that and take it how you want, but that's what we're doing. Even when I go to work, you know, I'm giving my time, they're giving me some money back, and I leave. Everything's good. Let's keep going.
Not like that. You know, you can ask me everything you want. Jason, I'm going to pay you 10 grand for an interview. You're not getting the interview anytime closer, and you probably never get an interview with me because I'd be offended. So when Haim said that, I told him I'd leave. And he said, if you leave, we will fire everyone. And I said,
that's guilt trippy though, right? Hey, if you leave, we firing everyone. That's guilt tripping somebody.
Said that's it. And I said, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm giving you notice. I'm not going to be rude and walk out like every other actor that says, well, I want to, you know, we're going to walk out and hold a strike. I'm not going to do that. Kids that are watching around the world, anyone are watching, because I'm a business boss and a businessman, notice.
Now, look, you notice he said, I'm not going to hold a strike. That's a shot.
Give notice and leave with dignity. So that's why I left. I didn't leave for any other reason except I wanted to be Jason. I didn't want to be controlled by a corporation. I didn't want to be bought out. I love doing this my whole life. This is passion. And now I've got businesses based off what my job is, passion. And I had passion for Power Rangers, but I lost it because of him, I guess, not paying attention to other people. And then I left. And that's when I did my thing with karate schools. But I left with feeling good about myself. You know, like not a sellout. I was #1 TV show at the time. And then what happened, and everyone that understands the show, it's still on to this day. It's never been off the air.
Yo, Power Rangers is never going off the air, guys. Never. I'll be 50 and there'll still be Power Rangers episodes. So for him to walk away, we'll talk about it at the end if you think it was the right thing or the wrong thing. But it's business though. It was never personal. That could have been Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he gave him the same deal.
Here, still on to this day on a network.
It practically raised me, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He raised a lot.
Start watching the show. You see them try to replace Tommy with Andros. They tried getting someone with long hair. They tried doing everything they could, and then they still had issues with actors demanding money. So their answer was, and Haim, to this day, Hasbro, anyone watching from Hasbro's never reached out and said thank you to all the actors for keeping this brand alive. Never.
Wow.
Because I've never talked to Hasbro.
Now look, guys, some people need a little positive reinforcement, and positive reinforcement is good. It goes a long way. But when it comes to business, when it comes to working, I wouldn't base like my whole performance on that per se. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone tell me I did a good job, great. If they don't, cool. As long as I know I did a good job, I'm happy with that myself. But he wanted the acknowledgement, and this is going to come into play later on into the end of the stream. You're going to see everything.
At all. And that's Haim's theory, is that he calls them helmet heads. That's what he calls them. And he will say, you're a helmet head. Literally, these words, you're a helmet head. Anyone can replace you. We can throw any actor and you can put that helmet on and you become the Green Ranger. And I disagree. I think it's the person behind the helmet that's going to, drive. But still to this day, Hasbro, Lionsgate got fired. Everyone doesn't understand why it works, is because they think if you put just the helmet on, that's going to get you the audience, and it's not.
And that is kind of true, guys. Look, man, you're going to hear about the formula that Saban uses to get rich a little bit later in this video, but helmet head, that is a little, you could say it's disrespectful. You could say it's condescending. But how has Power Rangers survived throughout the years? We go, what, 30 years strong? 30 years strong, and swapping people out left and right. Okay, so helmet head is what they refer to JDF as.
So, I left with dignity and pride, and and then the brand, or then what happened was, and I was telling you, is they just changed the season every year. New actors, new season every year.
New storyline.
When you wonder why that happened, do you know why that happened every season, where they change actors here and there and change the storyline?
That's exactly what I was getting ready to ask you, because you had kind of teased it a little bit when after the Turbo series they went into space, and then they kind of tried to replace the Tommy-like figure with Andros, which, by the way, let me put this plug in there. I think you and Andros are the two greatest Rangers, but that's just my personal
Who do y'all think is the two great? After JDF, right? Put who you think is the second best Ranger. The second best Ranger, put that in the chat. Who do you consider the second best Ranger? Because he's saying, hey, JDF and Andros. And that also going to come up.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, you know, they tried piecing this together. There's nothing better than a Kimberly and Tom story. There was nothing better. Our show was a soap opera, man. It continued.
Awesome.
People had something to follow. What happened was helmet heads. Saban said, let's just get new actors every year. By the time that year is finished and they complain, oh, too many hours, I don't have a trailer, I'm not getting paid more money, you're done. They bring in the other guy behind you that will do anything to be a Ranger. So it's called limerence. You know, limerence is something that lasts from 6 to 18 months. It's like the dopamine in your body. Limerence is where, you know, you might have a girlfriend or do something and people are like, man, you're crazy. You need to get out of La La Land. Well, they catch people in limerence. By the time 12 to 18 months comes, they start realizing, oh, this is a really hard job. So by the time they want to quit or ask for more money, bam, the next cast members come in.
All right, so that is the formula, guys. And I saw a lot of people saying, I saw Johnny Bosch is the best Ranger. I saw Andros was the second best Ranger. Adam, Billy, Kimberly Anhart, Johnny Young. What JDF is explaining is the Power Rangers process. They hold you for a year, maybe a year and a half, and by the time you start asking for more money, they're like, "Oh, we got to get you out of here. We on to the next person, guys." They just wash and repeat. Nakia Burris, okay. But this is the process of the Power Rangers, and now he's about to talk about Saban.
So that goes to show you how hard Tommy, my character, and how hard Jason worked, is because I can handle that longevity. I've done so many episodes. You can't outwork me. I've done so many Comic-Cons. I do tons of appearances. I'll sign for 12 hours with no food because you can't break me. Because stress creates diamonds. And people have to learn that right now stress should create diamonds. And you got to find your diamond. And you got to find what works for you. So they couldn't match the storyline. To this day, they still think it's working great. Hasbro does too. But let's back up to that era where
Power Rangers is not doing great, guys. It is not doing great. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, but it's not doing great.
I left. Haim was a very smart businessman. And if you have time, I'll tell you the story.
Take your time, man. You doing me a favor. I'm thankful for you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, if you get someone to interview and they about to tell you like some stuff that you had no idea on the radar we're talking about, hey, I'm gonna talk about Haim. Who's Haim? My boss. I'm gonna tell you everything you want to know about him. Like, okay, you just quiet and you just let him talk. And this is what Chris did.
You're welcome. All right, so there's a podcast you can listen to on Haim Saban, and he'll tell you how he brought Power Rangers to life. And it's really an interesting podcast that he is, because I never heard this story. I only heard it a couple of years ago because he didn't share the story. We didn't have social media. I didn't know where Haim came from. I just knew that he was a hardcore, respectful businessman. And I like him to this day. I love him. I think he's a great guy. Everyone might be jealous because he's living as a billionaire and some of the people aren't. I respect him. I learned a lot. And what I learned from—
All right, you heard that. He likes Haim. He likes him. He loves him. He respects him. He's a businessman, because you got to remember, JDF is also a businessman.
From him was persistence. What you're doing and what I'm doing. Because he took a show, he was sitting in a hotel room and he was stuck in Japan, and he looked on the show and said, man, that is wild show. What is this? All this Japanese footage. And he said, I got it. Why don't we have this in America? So let me buy the footage and we'll intercut it and we'll make our own story to it. So they could have made a story without replacing. They just changed the actors, made a new storyline because it was complex. So Haim bought the footage. 8 years he tried selling the show, and no, dumb, nope. And Mark Dacascos, who was the lead bad guy in
8 years, guys. 8 years. That's some freaking persistence out of this world.
And John Wick, he did the Iron Chef. He did a phenomenal actor. He's a good friend that I've met over the years, and he's the bad guy in John Wick. Incredible martial artist. He in 1986 did a pilot. It was a Power Ranger pilot. It was Bioman that Saban was trying to sell. He never sold it in 86, thank God, because now we go to 1993, where I was too young in 86. So we go to 93, and I'm about 18, 19 years old, and he finally sold the pilot to someone called Margaret Loesch.
Yeah,
and you can listen to this
that's the woman who believed in Saban when no one else would. Margaret Loesch.
Podcast. He sold it to Margaret Loesch, 40 episodes, and he said, "You keep the movie rights, TV rights, I'll keep the toy rights." And that's what they did. And when Margaret bought the show for 40 episodes, she brought it back to Fox and said, "Hey, look what I bought." And her boss said, "You're fired. You bring that show to our network, we will fire you. That is the stupidest show that we've ever seen. You're putting the whole Fox network on. You're going to ruin us."
Wow.
So she told Haim, "Listen,
look, this story needs way more attention, man. Like, I wish more people. I didn't even know about this until I start.
You dig, bro.
I started digging. I was like,
dig.
holy crap, this is an interesting story.
Now we're filming. I'm filming during that time. I didn't know the show was canceled. I was filming, and that show was canceled. And so they canceled it, and I'm working on the show now. I would have freaked out filming, and hey, your show got canceled. So Haim said, we're going to film anyway. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to give us a chance. And she said, I'll give you chances, 3 time slots. That's it. Early in the morning before X-Men, really early.
Bro, when you watching Power Rangers, like when you have to set your alarm to wake up earlier than you would normally wake up, but this is before DVR. You can't record it. This is before YouTube. There's no rewatching it. If you missed it, you missed it. So, of course, me and I'm sure many of y'all were setting y'all alarms. Y'all were waking up. I felt bad if you was on the West Coast because you had to wake up dumb early to catch it live.
One of the worst time slots you can get because kids ain't going to wake up that early. And we killed it. We beat X-Men. We beat all the ratings. And then it became a hit. Then Haim used to sell pencils. Haim was a pencil guy. He would sell pencils door to door to make money. And then he got all of his money in music. The Inspector Gadget theme song with Shuki Levy. They did he came to America and represented bands in Israel and America and did all the music for the cartoons.
All right, I'm going to stop it right here. So what Haim did that was like excellent, right? Is you say, hey, yo, Henry, you got a cartoon? I'm like, yeah, I got a cartoon. I'm like, I'll make the background music for you. And you're like, for real? How much you charge? He's like, I'll do it for free. I just want the royalties. Okay, so royalties every time it gets played, you get like a nickel or something. So you multiply a nickel by like 100 million. You get 100 million nickels because it's on that many TVs, and now you making money, you making bank. Inspector Gadget was pretty big, and this is before people really knew about the music industry. So now today, right in the music industry, what happens is people just hire composers. Instead of farming it out to like a Saban, they hire a composer and they say, hey, you're going to make music for our show and whatever you make is ours. And we'll just give you a flat rate, as opposed to people, he created Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget is going to go on for years. So he's going to be making money hand over fist. All right. So let's go back to this timeline on Forbes to see like, okay, how the hell did he get so rich, guys? How did he break the bank? How did he break through the mold? All right, so let's go back to this. He was excellent at using leverage. Excellent, masterful at leveraging his assets to secure more money, guys. All right, so I'll make this page bigger so you can see the whatchamacallit. All right, so right here, this is his music company that he had providing the background music. He sold 25% of the company for $15 million in 1989. This is way before Power Rangers. Power Rangers pops and merchandise balloons to 1.6 billion in sales worldwide. Remember, he got 10 to 12% of that. His net worth shoots up to 200 million. Now, this is where it gets big. 1995. He pretty much takes over Fox Network because Power Rangers is that show. They partner up for a joint venture and he buys back his stake that he sold to RTL, for 40 million. He's the king of buybacks. He's the king of buybacks. Okay. 1997 comes around. He buys the Pat Robinson's cable TV family channel, the 700 Club, the Ernest Angley, healed, as he would say. If you watched it, if you up on the late night, you wake up to that stuff, you think you might be in hell for real. But he healing people, right? He's healing people in the middle of the night. So they buy this network with a loan. And in 2001, right, Disney buys it for $2.9 billion. And since he owned half the network or whatever, he got $1.5 billion. Hello, $1.5 billion. So now they're gone. Okay. They bought the network or whatever. And now we have more articles. But JDF left because people weren't getting paid. JDF left. People wasn't getting paid. You might say, hey, that's admirable. That's admirable. But what about this guy? Y'all know who he is? You know who he is right here? It's Austin St. John. JDF left when he was older. He was more established. But what did he do when he was younger? Let's hear what he did. And let's hear about the real Yellow Ranger, because it wasn't Twee. And they're going to talk about it. All right. Fair use to Rangers playback. We're only going to play like 4 minutes of this.
Oh, wow. That's cool. So why did Audrey get recast? Is there a story there? Or
So Audrey was the original Yellow Ranger before Twee. And you're about to hear why she left after they filmed it. It was too violent. They had to scale it back. And he's about to, Austin St. John's about to say what happened.
did she just choose not to?
Money. She wanted more money, and she wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
so she stood for it first. And her and Haim were actually really close. And when he fired her, he thought he was going to make examples and scare the rest of us into submission. And it worked on half of us. The other half of us, it didn't work.
All right. So he fired her like, oh, you want more money? See ya. The price is the price.
Yeah. Yeah. She told me we'll have to have her on, because she also, she went into that whole story with other promises that were made from Haim and other things with additional shows and so forth, that nothing came to fruition.
Yeah, man, these studios will promise you the world and give you nothing. They will give you nothing, guys. So like, I know it's a lot of people in the industry. I know some people who were Power Rangers are watching in secret in ninja mode. But yeah, this is a common story amongst the Power Rangers. Hey, they promised me this and they didn't deliver. It was like, well, did you get it in writing? No, but it was a handshake deal.
Yeah, which doesn't seem to be a shock to me, because I heard that with other Yellow Rangers and other people that left the show, and it's just it's embarrassing to say, you know, when someone that big makes promises that you don't stand on. Yeah. It's awful. Yeah.
A little bit.
But okay, next question. Super chat.
This is the big question, guys. This is the banger. Someone said always get a signature. Even if you get a signature, they'll just break the contract.
Raise them up high. All right, Bolton Diggs, one of our channel members. Did you regret leaving the show in 1994? And what was the last episode you filmed? And at what point in season 2 did you, Walter, and Twee decide to leave?
All right. The questions are, did you regret leaving in 1994? And it was another question that I missed, but that's a big question. Let's hear his answer.
That's like 3 questions in one.
That's a multi-layered question.
Yes. So let me ask the first part. Did you regret leaving the show in 1994?
No, I'm proud of it. We didn't just leave trying to make more money for the cast members.
Now, 1994 was a big year, guys.
All 6 originally agreed to leave, and I told them that I wanted everyone. The cast crew.
He said all 6 agreed to leave. What's that called? It's called a strike. That's called a strike, guys. All 6 originally agreed.
Behind the scenes, from the guy who swept the floor to the grips to best boy to light, all of them, makeup. Everybody should have been making more money, and that was my goal. And I'm proud of what I stood for, and I wouldn't change that. I know Twee would still be proud of it, and I guarantee you Walter is.
Yeah.
So, it was for something.
So look, this is kind of a shot, right? We stood for something. We were willing to leave. Now let's hear it. So obviously the other people who stayed didn't stand for anyway.
Yeah, it did. Absolutely.
Yes.
The second part is, and what was the last episode you filmed at what point in season 2? Do you remember your last episode?
It's really hard because at that point we were filming 2 to 3 episodes in a week. And I mean, you guys know it was all broken up. You know, there's Command Center Day where 2 or 3 episodes of Command Center are shot in a day or two with different wardrobe changes. I really have no idea. It would have been.
Now look, that's them freezing up, not me, guys.
They knew I was leaving. They knew they had already divided the team because Jason Frank had stabbed us in the back.
Damn. Jason Frank had stabbed us in the back, guys. I'll run that back just a little bit.
I really have no idea. It would have been. They knew I was leaving. They knew they had already divided the team because Jason Frank had stabbed us in the back and had converted David Yost and Amy Jo, talked them into staying. So now the team was divided, and they had already promised him the White Ranger role because he wanted the leadership slot and knew he would get it if I left. So it would have been right after he filmed the White Ranger episode, and 30 days prior to us going to Australia for the film, and they thought they could use the film as leverage to keep us.
Damn. So now he's saying JDF stabbed him in the back because everyone was supposed to leave at once to kind of say, all right, Saban, you're not going to pay us more. We're out. We're leaving. But at the time, guys, you got to remember, this is 1994. Jason had one son at this point, and I believe he had one more on the way. Now, as far as if JDF agreed to leave initially and then had a change of heart, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that. But it's a fact that he did have a son. It's a fact that he more than likely had one on the way. And back in the day, hey, this is my livelihood. So it's easy for someone necessarily with, I would say, small family obligations or no family obligations, say, hey, guys, we're quitting. And he like, well, I got a mortgage, I got kids, I got a wife, I have a family I have to provide for. If we quit and I turn all this money down or give all this money back, how am I going to feed my family? And Austin like, hey, we'll figure it out. Like, hell no. Like, nope. I got to take the for show money.
And I told them they could stick it. And we walked off set. So it would have been right in that last, like, this is a $40 million film. You're not going to walk off this. You know, this is all actors want in the world is a big film like this. You'll be there for 6 months. And of course I wanted to go to Australia. I haven't been.
Shit, I want to go to Australia too.
And, we stuck to our guns.
It's hard to take a stand for something like that.
Hey, look at Catherine. She chiming in like, hey, it is hard to take a stand for something. And especially taking a stand for, hey, you're getting paid some money to get paid no money. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a huge difference.
It's especially when you're new in your career. You're on the world's #1 TV show for kids in the world. You've now been established and loved by all these fans. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. But you have to have principles about things. And I admire that you guys had the courage to do that. And it's sad that it didn't change anything going forward.
Why would it? Like, Saban, like, look, I am the boss. I make the rules. You guys, hey, you could take it or leave it. And we're going to talk about it right as soon as this is over.
But I think the fandom really respects you guys for what you did.
Yeah, I think we wanted to change the series for the better. Mm-hmm. I think what we did instead was we set an example to other actors and to other people of all walks of life who have employers that take advantage of their position.
I've quit.
And see that while you may not walk away a millionaire, which is what so many of today's lawsuits are about, you can walk away with your dignity and your pride.
Yes.
Doing what's right. And you either do it or you don't.
Yeah.
The only easy day was yesterday.
Yeah.
And I would say that out of all of the years of Power Rangers, almost 30 years of Power Rangers, MMPR stands at the top.
Oh yeah.
You guys are the most popular characters. So you guys made a staple in the Power Rangers franchise.
All right. So that's what he had to say. And you can look at that one or two ways. You could say, hey, JDF stabbed them in the back. Or you can say, hey, JDF did a business decision. He made a business decision and he was like, look, I got a family to feed. Maybe I agreed to it. Maybe he didn't, because we don't know. I never, if there's a error, there's an interview out there where JDF disputes what Austin St. John says, please email it to me. I would be interested in doing it. And I know ASJ, he does watch the live streams, guys. But shout out to him. But it was business. Like Saban, hey, it's business. And what he would do is he would use the leverage, right? A lot of Power Rangers, you know, no slight to any Power Rangers. This is where most people get their acting start at, right? They may have been on, you know, audition after audition, being told no after no after no. And then they finally get a yes. And the yes is like, hey, look, we're going to do $600 a day. All right. Or maybe $200 or whatever. It's going to be 10 to 12 hours worth of work and no benefits, no pension, no reruns, no merchandise, but you'll be a Power Ranger. So if you are a bartender, you ain't making $600 a day, and you could be there 10 to 12 hours. But what happens is you see that he's paying you $600 a day, and at the end of the year, he's generating millions. And what happens, you can hate me or not, entitlement comes into play, guys. Entitlement. You say, hey, look, man, you making all this money. I should be making more. And Saban is like, well, I understand you feel like that, but this contract that you signed that said you were willing to work for $600 a day, 6 days a week or 7 days a week or whatever, says you agreed to $600 a day. So now you want more money because you see me making more money. We're not renegotiating contracts. And people are like, well, if we're not renegotiating, I quit. He's like, okay, helmet head, we'll see you. We'll have a new Ranger. We'll have a new Ranger tomorrow. Some other guy, Austin St. John Jr., who just looking for a chance. And he's going to be grateful. And we're going to pay him $500 a day. And it sucks, but that's just how business is, man. It could be like that because Saban had the leverage, guys. He had the leverage. He was the gatekeeper at the time. So it was a take it or leave it. It wasn't like, well, I'm doing good. Hey, the contract is the contract. It's a standard contract. Everyone signed the same contract. Yeah. Austin St. John Jr. I'm telling you. And look, we saw it because when the movie came out, who did you not see? Who did you not see in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie? Yeah, I mean, just think about it. All right, so we didn't show you that. Now, Saban, man, look at this, man. Look at this. Saban is the man when it comes to business, guys. He is the man. Remember, Disney bought it, right? Disney bought it. They didn't do nothing with it. What did he do? He said, hey, I sold y'all Power Rangers. Why it ain't popping? They like, well, it's just not testing good with the moms. So we really don't know what to do with it. He like, y'all don't know what to do with it. Man, that's lightning in a bottle. All right, sell it back to me. He like, for how much? He like, well, I know y'all bought it for a couple billion with the deal, but how about 60 million? How about I give y'all 60 million for something y'all ain't even using? Like 60 million for something that's just sitting on the shelf? Yes, 60 million. And you a Disney exec, like, we can get 60 million for this. We ain't even putting out episodes. We don't even plan to put out episodes. They like, deal. We'll sell it to you back for 60 million. All right. And that's what this article is all about. But Saban, man, he is, oh man, when it comes to business, he already willing and dealing. So by the time he purchased it, right? In 2010, he purchased it back. He had lined up Nickelodeon and Nicktoons for 20 episodes. So it was like, hey, I'm gonna buy it back from you guys. And as soon as he bought it back, he already contracted it out to Nickelodeon. So this is what you call, this is good business. You can hate it if you want. Look at this. What's this, guys? Oh man, I ain't gonna touch that. What is it? Austin St. John arrested for wire fraud related to the PPP stuff. All right, we ain't gonna touch that. All right, so basically, financial terms weren't disclosed, but the price tag is believed to be less than 100 million. Nickelodeon and deal similarly focused on reinvigorating the older franchise they bought last year, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which he owned. So basically, Saban, was it Capital Group? They buy back Power Rangers in 2010. They buy it back. All right. They buy it back in 2010 for 60 million. And then what does he do? What does he do? He builds it back up and sells it for 522 million to Hasbro. God. Look, you can hate Saban as much as you want, but when it comes to business, he was cooking. He was like, he could spot an opportunity. And when he sold it, he was like, look, I didn't squeeze about as much as I possibly can out of Power Rangers. I didn't sold it. I didn't bought it back, and I'm selling it again, and I'm out the industry. But trust me, Hasbro is doing bad right now, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Now, he's still a consultant. There's the original Power Rangers. It's unfortunate, but, there go Austin St. John. There's Walter, and there's Twee. They were going to walk away from the franchise. And these three kind of stay. Like, hey, we about to get this money. All right, so that is that story. That is how Saban got rich. And I also created this little timeline for you guys because I know y'all be loving these timelines I put together. Here we go, right here. I can make it a little bigger for you guys so you can kind of see. So Saban, Rangers timeline. 1975, negative net worth of 600K. 1983, he had a net worth of 500K just from that one person that he signed. Buys rights to Japan to Power Rangers. And next thing you know, pitched it for 8 years. Fox airs it. 1994, 1.6 billion in toy sales. Saban Entertainment. They merged with Fox. That's where they got that 50-50 split. They end up selling it to Disney. He collects 1.5 billion and he buys it back from Disney for 60 million. And then he sells it to Hasbro for 552 million, guys. God damn, you got it. Look. Business, man. And sure, he's laughing all the way to the bank. And I did get him laughing. And this is how he sounds. Oh my goodness, man. Hey, thanks for rocking with me, guys. All right, so now we got a little lighter. So that's how he made his money. That's how he glowed up, man. He glowed up. Now we got a flat earth update, guys. Just a little lighter. What do y'all think about Saban? Let's see. Let's do a poll. I love a good poll. Saban, good businessman or bad? And look, the fan in me, as a fan, I'm like, damn, man, he was making a lot of money, and he could have paid them more. He could have paid them more. In all honesty, he should have paid them more. But at the end of the day, they did sign those contracts that they negotiated, and I know Saban had all the leverage in the world. And you can say, well, he's predatory. He was preying on them. He was giving people an opportunity. And the leverage that they do now, right, is to tell people, hey, you want to be a Ranger? And they're like, not really. It's like, but look, you can become a Ranger. The pay won't be as much as you want. However, after your 1.5 year stint as a Power Ranger, you can go do Comic-Cons. And none of that money is mine. You could, you could sell your own toys, sell your own pops, and everything will be yours. You'll be famous. And what do y'all think about that? Was he a good businessman? And we'll do yes, no, maybe. Now look, he's worth $3 billion now. No, I'll add an option. Not sure. For the people who ride the fence. If you want to ride the fence, ride the fence. Someone said Saban was Mr. Krabs. Hey, Saban was a good businessman, guys. I mean, in my opinion, great businessman. fans, like, we hate him because he made billions while paying peanuts. But at the same time, you do have to put the onus, some accountability on the actors and actresses who did sign the contracts. That's just, look, that's just my NBA. I've left jobs before, but I've never been an actor before. I've never walked off set to have nothing. When I left a job, I had one lined up. That's usually how it works when you in corporate. But let's get the Flat Earther update, man. Hopefully y'all enjoying the stream. Hopefully y'all learned something new, because I learned a lot. But the Flat Earth group, guys, the Flat Earth group is flat earthing, and they can't be stopped. They won't be stopped. They don't even know how to be stopped, okay? And we have a new theory on JDF, something that was left that people didn't agree with. Now look at this. 65, look, 40 people didn't vote it, and 65% is like, yeah, he was a great businessman. He was a great businessman. So flat earthers, Saban is the worst PR villain. Look, man, he would pop out. Like there was an interview I wanted to play a Saban, but it's copyrighted to hell. I couldn't play it without catching the copyright violation. But we're gonna go to the flat earthers, guys. We gonna make it quick. And then we're going to go to the toys for all the toy collectors out there. And then we're going to do a simp update. And then we're doing the 30th. And then we should be out of here pretty soon. OG said, hey, y'all really hate Saban. Y'all really hate him. That's wild. I mean, look, man, he rich as hell. He doing good. All right, so let's see what the flat earthers are been up to, man. Let's see what they've been up to. And this flat earther, they sent me some, whatchamacallit. They sent me some hate mail that I played a while back. All right. So I don't know how this happened, and I'm not even going to out this person, but it is White Lightning. He says, I was given JDF's phone number, and look what I've discovered. Okay. This is like the 23. We in flat earth territory. Okay. His exact death date, 11/19/22. Age, he died at 49. Year he started the Power Rangers, 1993. This is flat earth stuff, guys. This ain't me. This ain't me pushing this. This is all from his phone number, his mobile phone number, guys, which he had more than one of. But this guy, hey, what the actual F? This is more bizarre each and every day. There's probably more numbers there. Just going to take me time to figure them out. Death by numbers seems like it's playing a heavy hitting role. S like this terrifies me, but also intrigues me. Yes, guys, this is flat earth. Now, look, if you lost a brain cell, just me reading this out loud, I get it. I get it, man. I get it. I lose brain cells just when people send this to me. I can only look at one post a day. This the numbers. His death date was in his phone number. And you like, Henry, what's his goddamn phone number? What's his phone number? Now look. His phone number contains almost every number out there except for 2 digits. And I blocked out his number, but the 2 digits that are missing are 7 and 0. Of course, they think his phone number had something to do with predicting his death. And now look, guys, we had to, they commented on this. This is my favorite troll right here. She blocked me. She used to message me every day, but you know, what happened was my comebacks were I just started hitting her with the facts. And she was like, all right, Henry, I'm blocking you. I'm like, you reached out to me. Anyway, how do you know it's his real number? Then this next person said, oh, it is because I typed it in the same number on Google and all of his information came up, including his address. I would have at least thought he would have requested to not be listed. Guess not. Look, guys, everything is public record. What did she say? I also Googled and the number and a Tiffany Frank popped up. I don't recall any woman in Jason's family being named Tiffany Frank. Sounds like Tammy made his private information here. I'll make it bigger for you guys so y'all can see it. sounds like Tammy made his private information public. This woman will do anything to ruin Jason. Now, look, the funny thing is she actually watches the content. She's probably watching right now, but she'll act like she doesn't see it because look, like these flat earthers, man, I'm telling you, this is what you don't want to be, guys. You don't want to be a flat earther. All right, so what's the next one? It gets deeper, man. They start bringing in family members. You like, yo, what? Yeah, my sister, I've been trying to tell people for the longest that this big old rabbit hole surrounding his death. But folks think I'm stupid. Oh, do you guys think she's stupid? Do you guys think she's stupid? Oh, I did have a "you stupid" sound effect, but I can't find it. I'll have to get it back. But
how dare you?
She's probably like, how dare I insinuate that? The rabbit hole is much bigger than I thought. Oh my goodness. She like, it's sad. Oh my, look, man, look. It gets worse, guys. It gets worse. Now they do this, right? Now they say, look, it says cord, and we know he used the cord to, end his days. Oh, this is disturbing. It makes me feel like I'm in Final Destination. Like, what? Over a post? Final Destination? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Because this, I don't know how old this picture is, but here's the more alarming part, right? The more alarming part is the 33 comments that came after. Now, we're not reading the 30 because I feel like we didn't lost enough brain cells just entertaining this. So we gonna move on, guys. We gonna move on. But what do you guys think of this? Is she stupid? Like, come on, guys. She's not stupid, right? She's not stupid, right? She's smart. She's smart and intelligent. She's strong and independent. Anywho, let's go to the next story, which is the toys. I don't know does anyone collect the toys? Anyone collect the toys? If you collect the toys, let me unmute it. Does anyone collect the toys in here? We gotta get that full audio with Jacob, man. Y'all ain't never getting that full audio with Jacob. Hey, look, here I know he watching too. Jacob is so funny, man, because he emails me. He'll email me like on some private stuff and then act like he didn't email me, and then like he emailed me some stuff to put out about the girl's name who rhymes with lie after he done deleted it all. Like, dude, this is anywho. Let's get on to the toys. Let me unmute it. Hopefully some of you guys may have seen this video, but I dug a little deeper because, like, look,
you dig, bro. You like to dig.
Yeah, because they said something in here that I had to like fact check. All right. Anytime people say something, I gotta like, yo, let me see what he's talking about. All right. So if you collect a toy, if you have a full set of JDF toys, put a 1 in the chat. If you collect toys and you don't have a full set, put a 2. Full set 1, 2 if you collect but you don't have a full set. Because this is going to impact you guys. This is going to impact you. All right. So let's get to it. We doing good. Okay. Oh, Jessica has a full set. Full set. Shout out to Jessica. Oh, okay. I see a couple people are collecting, but they don't have full sets. All right. So we're going to play this video. Let me present it. Because we're talking about toys. And it's rumored that his toys have been pulled. And you know me, guys, I did some digging, and fair use to Morphin Master. I got it up. We're good. All right. So Power Rangers pull Tommy Oliver out of Hasbro.
Recently, the company that owns Power Rangers, Hasbro, released the news that they had economic problems as their profits were reduced, and for this reason, they laid off 1,000 employees. We do not know if these problems are related to what we found recently, and that is that several of the action figures involving Tommy Oliver have been discontinued.
All right, so basically what they're saying is, hey, Hasbro laid off some workers and they're discontinuing the Tommy toys. And I have like some personal information on this I could share with you guys to shed a little bit more light.
Continued. This means that they are not going to create any more of those specific figures, but it doesn't mean that they won't be making any more figures of the character. This is a little strange since they recently released the new Tommy Oliver figure being the Black Ranger from Dino Thunder.
Now look, guys, I'll be honest, I don't collect any of the toys. I don't collect any of the Power Ranger stuff. That is not up my alley, but I do have something that I just added to my collection that I will show you towards the end of the stream. Okay, so people are saying you whatchamacallit, they stopped making this toys or whatever. And
so, if you are a collector of Tommy Oliver figures and you have not yet acquired some of the discontinued figures, then that will discourage you and you will not want to acquire the new Black Ranger figure from Dino Thunder because you will no longer be able to complete your collection.
All right, so they're not selling any of the old stuff. Okay, so if your collection is not complete now, you could be out of luck if this guy is telling the truth. And now he's about to talk about why they're not selling it.
We were looking at several Tommy Oliver action figures and almost all of them are discontinued, including the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. We don't know if this has anything to do with the passing of actor Jason David Frank. We also don't know if it is because the family has requested that no more figures of the character be sold. We know.
All right, so basically saying the family may have requested that no more figures be sold. Now, the family does not own the rights to the Green Ranger. They do not own the rights to Tommy Oliver. And I spoke to the family. Tammy, if you watch, and put a 1 in the chat. She said she was going to watch. But I spoke to Tammy, and she said, I asked her about this, and she said, no, we didn't tell them to stop doing anything. And here's the thing. Even if they did tell them to stop, they probably wouldn't honor it, okay? And what's happening is you got the 30th anniversary coming out. Hasbro owns the toys. Hasbro owns the 30th anniversary. So you have all that going on, right? And shout out to Winter. And what did she say? My son's room looks like a Power Rangers museum. Shout out to you. Hold on to that stuff. Hold on to it. Hold on to it just for a little bit longer. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Okay. And hey, they're discontinuing the Power Rangers. People may lose interest. But the business side of it is if you're making toys, right? And you're swapping out Rangers every year you're swapping them out. You want to sell the new toys. You don't want to sell the old toys. But let's look at the business side. Like what's going on with Hasbro? Thank you, Winter Life, for the donation. What's going on with Hasbro? What's happening with them? So he said, hey, they're having financial troubles. They laid off some people. So I looked into it. And this article is by the Hollywood Reporter. And yes, they have lost $129 million amid layoffs as it looks for an Entertainment One buyer. So now they're trying to sell. So they're like, yo, we gonna sell. We know some stuff. But here is basically what's happening right here. Thursday, this is in February. They lost 129 million against their earlier profit of 82 million. Revenues down 70%, and they about to lay off, I believe, 1,000 workers. Where's the 1,000 at? Give me a second. Long story short, they are laying off 1,000 workers. So now you have less people dedicated to toys. You need to turn a profit. They're trying to sell Entertainment One to shrink its film and TV production footprint and focus on turning its own toy lines into Hollywood franchises. So now they're trying to do the Power Rangers motto. And here it goes. Our sales process for here we go. Our sales process for the majority of online film and TV as well as underway with strong interest in this is just corporate jargon. This is just chicken bog. We expect to have an update soon in the second quarter. The CEO announced that on January 26th, the company said it would lay off 1,000 staffers, which is 15% of its workforce. So look, guys, we are headed into a recession. And if you don't believe me, it's more articles like this coming out like every day. Hey, we laying people off. So if you don't have the collection, you probably not, because once the 30th anniversary come, they're going to be putting the new toys out, maybe some old ones, but the business side of it, right? You know, JDF got the the Green Ranger or the Legend of the White Dragon, which I got like my own little pop. Thank you to the fan who sent me this. If you continue to move JDF toys and then Legend of the White Dragon is in stores and you know they probably going to be in close proximity, maybe you could potentially be in a roundabout way helping JDF sell his toys. Now imagine if you're a fan and you're going to buy some Green Ranger stuff. I know they do all this stuff online for the most part, but you got a JDF Ranger and you have the Legend of the White Dragon. You're probably gonna buy both, right? Especially if they're in the store. If they're in the store and the kids like, oh, it's JDF. Oh, it's JDF. Oh, I want both. So you have that going for you. Now, what do you guys think? Should they stop? Should they keep going? Now, before we get to our main event, we do have a simp story. And I'm going to kind of breeze through it because we're a little bit behind on time, guys. That internet snap messed me up. So the toys, they're probably going to be discontinued at some point. And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do? If you Hasbro, do you keep pushing out toys that's potentially going to help a competitor? Now, are the toys selling out? I don't know. You have to look at the metrics because it all comes down to the bottom line. If JDF toys are selling, you're just going to keep putting them out until they stop selling. But what happens is like, it's so hard already. Oh, look, Nick says, hey, is madness going to be crazy? Because the hype is so hard already. Hell yeah, it is. All right, so now we're gonna briefly touch on this simp guy. All right, so we got this simp. Remember, we had a simp last
simp podcast.
Who came up a show and he was telling us about how he got used and abused, but this guy did not get used and abused. This guy went into it. He knew what he was doing, and this is what he came out with. So there is the millionaire. There is his sugar baby that he had a relationship with for quite some time, and he did the unthinkable. After millions of dollars, she sued him. He sued her after he wouldn't get married. Now let's hear her story. Let's story real quick. We're gonna go real quick through it.
Even hundreds of thousands of dollars in gifts have been exchanged. Jim Murray on a situation that might not have been love after.
During their look, what do you think it was? Like, come on. You see her, you see him. Do you think she's with you for your personality? Man, we gotta stop simping. We gotta stop simping.
5 months together. This woman says her boyfriend lavished her with more than $1 million in gifts.
He did buy me a lot of gifts every time that.
Look at her. Some guys in here, I definitely know it's Brent.
He would want to take me to Chanel or anything. He would spend over $100,000
at a single time.
Mm-hmm.
When 26,
you know that's happening. You're not spending $100,000 for a hug and a picture. You are not doing that for a hug and a picture. For $100,000, this is happening all night. And yes, she was the love of his life. All right. So look, we gonna breeze through this story. But what ended up happening is
6-year-old Stephanie Grzansky met 59-year-old in Klubeck. She considered him quite a catch, despite their age difference. Klubeck is worth an estimated $100 million.
I'm Stephen J. Klubeck, chairman and CEO of Diamond Resorts.
He spent 1% on his net worth on her. 1% of his net worth on her. How long do you think the relationship was?
So he appeared on Undercover Ball.
He became obsessed with me and wanted to marry me.
But their relationship soured.
Bro, why would you want to marry her? Why? Why would you want to marry her? He spent $1 million on her in 6 months, and then he popped the question, and she was like, "Nope." And then he was like, "Well, give me all my gifts back." She was like, "Nope."
Multi-millionaire wants all his gifts back. Klubeck says he fell in love with Stephanie, but now he says he feels duped.
Little did I know that
he fell in love with that. He didn't fall in love with her as a person. Yes, he was clapping them cheeks. You damn right he was clapping them cheeks. Ain't nobody spending $1 million on anyone and not clapping cheeks. Now, if you do that, you really a high-end simp. And after this, we're gonna get to the main event, which is the 30th. But we gotta stop simping, man. And you like Henry, what does have to do?
While I was working in my various homes and my children, the home, and my employees, just pouring influence and putting it on OnlyFans.
Stephanie confirms she's a model on the website OnlyFans, where she posts positive photos of herself for paying subscribers. She's also big on Instagram with 8 followers.
You're worth $100 million. You're multinational.
You knew he would. How do you think he met her? How do you think he met her? He was a subscriber, probably. All right, let me stop before he sue me.
Corporation. How did this 25-year-old model dupe you?
Well, you know what? We had a security failure.
Security failure.
Our security folks did not unlock the pages on OnlyFans.
Bro, what do you mean? It only costs like $5 to unlock them. You got $100 million and you can't spend the $5 on your sugar baby's Instagram or OnlyFans? Come on, man. Come on, man. What is this?
We made a mistake. We that was extremely pornographic, which showed my assets used as backdrops.
Assets like his mansion.
All right, so he like, look, she shouldn't be in my house taking pictures and posting them for OnlyFans.
And his jet. But Stephanie claimed from the beginning.
He used to call up his friends and say, hey, Steph's outside taking photos. You know, I was taking a photo on a horse and I was naked, and he called up his neighbor to come in.
Bro, that's his trophy girlfriend. That's his trophy girlfriend.
Watch. He actually loved it. It was kind of like a routine. One day he would tell me how much he made on stocks, and he would ask me how much I made on OnlyFans.
Look at this. Look at this.
He also let me use his private plane to shoot nude content. He loved it. He thought it was hot.
Jim?
Who do y'all think is telling the truth? He like, oh, I never showed her on my private plane.
Fictitious. She's reckless. She's a menace. Con.
Stephanie's.
All right, now look, let's how far he took it. He sued her for copyright infringement. And I'm gonna show you what he did. I'm about to close some of these tabs so we can get this stuff running a little smoother. Let me make sure I got everything. All right. So we're right here with it. We're at Exhibit A. What did he submit as evidence, guys? He's like, look, this picture right here, she did not have permission to take pictures on my property of my statues. So he got her for copyright infringement. And guess what? Rich people play different, guys. Rich people play different. There's some more pictures, and then we're gonna go on to the next one. But would you guys simp for her? Some people might. But look, I'm on the dark side. If you got anyone in the coach gang here, you know what the dark side is. Okay? We don't simp if you on the dark side. You don't simp. And look, she even brought her friends over, guys. Even brought her friends over. All right, so that's our simping story. And he won the lawsuit. I'm pretty sure he won. And it's in appeals. And she appealing the decision. But shout out to her, shout out to him. Guys, don't be simping. Don't be simping. All right, what does Mr. Monster say? He says, is there any truth to Hasbro trying to steal away White Dragon? And could this stress from Hasbro could have contributed to how he felt? No. We're actually about to get on that. That's an excellent question, Mr. Monster, because that goes into our next segment of why he won't be in the 30th anniversary. And then we're going to go into our final event. We probably got like 30 minutes left, and then we're going to call it a day because I got to go to sleep. But no, he's about to talk about that right here. Let me close some more tabs because we want this to run smoother. And I hate that it lags up on you guys. I really do. I might have to upgrade my internet more than I already have it. But here we go right here. Let's share this tab. But excellent question, Mr. Monster. Excellent question. Excellent question. Here we go. Boop. All right, so this is JDF. Look, he does these small little interviews where, look, Mike Estrada, shout out to Mike Estrada, 77 subs, captured this gem, and he probably didn't even know this was a gem. All right, let's make it bigger for you guys. And he's about to talk about why he won't be in the 30th, as well as him protecting his assets from Hasbro.
I'm not forcing you guys to do anything. If you know me, it is what it is, but I do love Power Rangers. I just couldn't do the 30th year anniversary because there's no originals.
So he's back to saying, hey, it's no originals in there. Like, even though Austin St. John kind of threw him, like, he said he was a backstabber. He's like, hey, I want the originals in there.
I come from the original show. Amy, right? David, Walter, Austin, Twee, unfortunately. And so there's no like reunion without the originals, in my opinion. Without Amy, there is no Tom.
Aww.
So, you know, I love both universes.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, look, man, he practically cried about PMC. Yeah.
I'm happy to be a superhero in both universes. So hope you guys enjoy it next year. March in theaters. Also be like whoever else does it. It's going to be great. And I'm very excited. And I, as me as an actor, to really show some deep stuff. Jason Font's in it, as you can tell. Very limited Rangers. We kill a few. No, I'm just kidding. But very limited in order to get a theatrical release. I didn't want to do anything so Hasbro would shut me down. And we did it during COVID.
Anyway, so basically he had a limited Power Rangers in it because he doesn't want Hasbro coming for it, right? Because this is something that he has been trying to get Hasbro to do, which in a way they're doing with the 30th, right? And we'll talk about this, man. Then we'll talk about the 30th in the storyline. And it's rumored that they are using this picture right here, which is allegedly Twee's car crash, as the storyline. And some people say, hey, you shouldn't be using her death to profit. But at the same time, I don't know how you guys feel about that. If this is her death to profit, is it? I don't know. Like, he's not going to be in the 30th. We're going to go a little bit deeper into what you can expect in the 30th. But this is allegedly Twee's car. Allegedly. I have no proof of this. This is some YouTuber. I couldn't find it. I did do a reverse image search on it and didn't get the results that he said. So let's get into the main event, guys. This is the main event everyone's been waiting for. This is the business of everything that someone's about to talk about. And let me check, because I'm supposed to have a special guest on. Let me see where they're at. They didn't message me. Let me see. You ready? In 10 minutes. All right, so let's go into it. He won't be in the 30th. And let's shout out to Sanjo. Sanon Jono. I appreciate the support. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the donation. No question, no comment, just supporting. The special guest, I don't know. I just sent them a message. They responded. You know, they busy. Power Rangers are watching, guys. Power Rangers are watching. All right. Give me a second. Check in 20. All right. All right. So let's go with this right here. So they did a great live stream, right? And it was a while back. And what I did was I clipped it down, guys. I clipped it down. Appreciate the donation. I clipped it down for the most important parts. And this is Aaron's of Bat in the Sun, his perspective. So let's go. Let's see what they got to say.
You know, the
Fair use to Bat in the Sun, and I do support them. I did support them financially. I didn't put it up, but I do support other content creators.
White Dragon. He is Eric Reed. He is no longer Tommy Oliver, because he announced later that he was retiring for Power Rangers, because he put everything into the White Dragon. He put everything into it. And he loved the project. So he handed me something.
All right.
He says, I don't need these anymore.
So basically what he's saying, if you guys missed it, he is done being the Green Ranger. He is Eric Reed now. He's Eric Reed 100%.
He says, I want you to have these. He says, because I'm the White Dragon now. He goes, I don't need these anymore. And he pulled out and he handed me this little bag here. But he handed me these.
Now.
And what these are, as you can see here, this is the dragon coin and the white tiger coin. and on the back, designed by him.
That is
93. And this is, I guess it is like an authentic.
All right, so basically he gave his coins away now. A lot of people were saying like he was selling all his original stuff, and they thought that was an indication of him planning to no longer be here. But as Aaron just kind of cleared up, he was like, no, he was just done with the character. You know, the character has run his course, and he's now focused on Legend of the White Dragon. Let's keep it going.
Authenticity, which he had done way back then. But these are the screen used coins from the Power Rangers show back in '93, which is why they look very worn and kind of a little messed up. But these were the actual coins that he kept from set, and he has had them this whole time. He's had them the last 30 years, or I guess 28 years at that point. And he basically he gave them to me, and he said that he doesn't need them anymore.
See, here we go.
Because he is the White Dragon now, and he gave these to me as an appreciation. So I thought that would be a cool story.
That is amazing, man. That is amazing. So yeah, I love Aaron. I love his work too. I love the beatdowns. He's gonna I cut that part out, but we're gonna get to it.
To share with you guys, because would you and Bat and the Sun ever be interested in doing a documentary on the life of Jason David Frank?
Hell yeah. Look, if you're gonna do a documentary on JDF, it needs to be a real documentary. I don't want the fluffy PG-13 version. I want the rated R. I want everything from his childhood to his adulthood. I want you to interview people who impacted his life, important people, whether they may be in his life or not. I want a full documentary on JDF. Please do a documentary.
This is actually discussed. My dad's brought it up a few times that someone should do it. And if there's anyone that could do it, it would probably be us, because no one filmed more with Jason than us, and probably no one has more behind the scenes footage and just footage of Jason than us. And not too many people really know Jason as well as we did. So if there's anyone that's, you know, and knows how to make movies, so if anyone that's probably in the whole world that could do that, it's probably us.
But here's the thing, though, right? Like, once Tammy takes over his estate, she can actually pick who does it, and I'm sure Bat and the Sun should be a part of it. They probably would do it, but the question is, who would buy it? Who would buy it? Where would it stream at? You don't want to put it on YouTube. You want to sell it to a network.
What I will say to that is that we're right now doing Legend of the White Dragon, which stars Jason, and that movie is weirdly kind of an autobiography on Jason's life in a way. Can you tell us?
All right, now he's about to dive into the 30th anniversary, like why he's not in the on the 30th anniversary, guys. This is look, let's go.
Can you tell us why Jason resisted doing the Power Rangers anniversary special? Oh, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a big one. You open up that can of worms.
That's a can of worms to open up. I know exactly why. I've seen the emails. I've seen the text messages.
Can you give a kind of a short version?
You guys want the bombshell reason as 100% why? I know everything. I know how much they offered Jason. I know what the story was. I know everything about it. Jason.
All right, so he knows everything. And shout out to Nathan E, who says, yes, Doc on JDF would be an honor, man. Oh man, I would love it so much. But they got to do it right, man. They got to do it right, Nathan. Because if they don't do it right, it's gonna come off like some fluff, and I'm gonna be pissed. And I'm like, oh no, anyway.
Jason showed me the whole email that he had.
Yeah, but it wasn't just what they offered in that one particular project. It was something that had been years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of. Well, let me answer this super chat, and people get really intense. So
or is that too personal for his legacy?
And here's the thing, right? When people say, "Is that too personal for his legacy?" And you know my motto over here, guys. We
tell the whole truth all the time.
That's it. The truth should never be too much for his legacy, right? If I'm going, put the truth out. Like, yo, Henry did this. Henry felt like that. Tell the whole truth about me, guys. About who I liked, who I didn't like, because that's going to come up. But he's about to give the reason. Should interview this guy. I would love to. But he busy.
No, I mean, he was fighting always for Power Rangers to be better. pushing. He always wanted to give the fans what they wanted. A big reason. So he was trying to negotiate a price for everyone, him and everyone. He wanted everyone to get paid more because they basically would always pay all their actors so little.
Okay, so now he's trying to be everyone's agent, which is noble in a sense, but at the same time, you're trying to, give out a group rate. But when some people are worth more than others, let's just be honest. If me and The Rock are in the movie, ain't no way in hell I should probably be making more as The Rock. And if someone's like, hey, I want the same pay as The Rock, they're going to be looking at me like, like, if you don't get your ass out of here. We're going to get Austin St. John Jr. to replace you, Henry. Anyway.
And he didn't like that. But he wanted, and then he wanted more money for himself and for everyone else, which I think that Hasbro was more in line with doing that. I don't think he had to push too hard on that. The biggest reason why he didn't do the anniversary special, though, I told you this, though, is because they were trying to essentially take White Dragon.
All right. There's the bombshell. They were trying to do the 30th anniversary, but Aaron is saying that they wanted to take the White Dragon storyline. That's why it didn't get done. Now, that's what he's saying. Give me a second. Got to close some stuff out. Let's keep it going.
The story that they sent to Jason for the anniversary special was basically the same story that we released as the synopsis for White Dragon. And Jason felt that was Hasbro's way of trying to kill their competition, the White Dragon. And Jason was not having that. He did not like that at all because the White Dragon was that's like his pet project.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know, he's been trying to get the White Dragon off the ground for 10 years. Remember, Saban was trying to get Power Rangers off the ground for 8. He put in 10. And I want to say Saban is probably the reason he never gave up with trying to get his idea off the ground. Think about it. Think about it.
So he was like, we're not gonna have that. Because the synopsis of the anniversary episode, which it's not now because the whole episode, for those who don't know this, the whole 30th anniversary episode was about Jason. The whole episode was about him.
Now, I've heard that from multiple people that the 30th was supposed to be all about Jason.
Was the star of it. And it was about how he used to be the white tiger, and he wasn't the white tiger anymore, and he had lost those powers, and the rest of the Rangers showed up and found Tommy Oliver, who had been hidden away, and helped him find the white tiger power and become the white tiger again to defeat Rita and Lord Zed, which is exactly what our synopsis is, just in our own characters.
All right, so that's kind of like the storyline of Legend of the White Dragon. He kind of gave it away, but you still got to go see it. You still got to support it because it's JDF, and just because he gave it away, you always want to see how it comes, how it plays out in the big screen.
You know what I'm saying? So they tried to do the whole thing, and Jason was very upset about that, and that's because a lot of our ideas that we had pitched to Saban or Hasbro or Boom Comic Books had been taken and ripped off and changed and not credited. So Jason was super not having it. Jason has a very tumultuous relationship with a lot of them, sadly.
So look, man, after you work with someone and they tell you one thing and then they hit you with the other, they start burning some bridges, man. And he says he has a tumultuous relationship with a lot of people, which could be true. And shout out to Winter Life. Thank you for the $2 donation. A documentary done right. Yeah, I would love it, man. I'm telling you, I didn't dug so much into his life, and there's so many things that I didn't mention, not that because they didn't contribute to his demise, that I'm like, yeah, I would love for y'all to go down some of these rabbit holes that I went down. I would love it. I would love it. Let's keep going.
And it's only because he loved the fans so much, like when we wanted to do the Green Ranger series that we pitched so long ago, we did all this concept art, we did all this sort of stuff, and we went to Saban, and that was about, and that kind of later becomes the White Dragon, but that was about it was about an older Tommy that it was called Return of the Emerald Dragon. It was about an older Tommy who fought a mysterious villain who traveled through the morphing grid who killed a bunch of Rangers and assembled their powers.
Lord
With
Zed.
a red visor and the very flamey looking shield. I'm sure that sounds familiar to a certain character out there. And they said, no, we're not going to do that. And Jason says, I want to make this a show that's on Netflix or whatever. And Jason said, I'll work for free. He goes, you don't have to pay me.
Look, Jason was taking everything from the Saban playbook. Hey, I'll do it for free. Hey, it's been 10 years. I'm trying to get this through. And I'll tell you why the Green Ranger series didn't happen.
Because this is what the fans want. The fans want this. Ked or ZY, you are correct. But he said, I'll do it for free. He goes, this is what the fans want. Fans want this.
I would have loved it.
Saban said no. And then what happened was they kept trying to get Jason to do like promoting things. And they kept saying, well, we're eventually going to do your Green Ranger series. We're going to eventually do your Green Ranger series. And Jason said, okay, I'll be the loyal soldier and I'll do your appearances. I'll do your sign things. I'll do whatever because we're going to do that Green Ranger series. And Saban kept saying, yep, we're going to do that series. We're working on, we're going to do it. And then Saban sold it and said, yeah, we're never going to do your Green Ranger series. And Jason was beyond upset. He was
all right. So he says, hey, we're going to do the Green Ranger series. Saban said, we're going to do it. I just need you to do some promoting because you are the biggest Ranger. I need you to make the brand a little bit more relevant again. And maybe Saban had every intention to do it, but then he sold it to Hasbro. And Hasbro said, hell no, we're not doing a Green Ranger series. And the reason why we're not doing a Green Ranger series is because you are a helmet head. If you become the Green Ranger and we do this huge series on you, you then gain leverage because you want the person behind the helmet to be the star of the show when we want the person under the helmet, or we want the helmet to be the star of the show. And that can mess with the power dynamic. Hey, we could replace you. We could do this. We could do that. But if you become, irreplaceable to the brand, then you have more leverage. And he's like, oh, I'll do it for free. Yeah, you'll do the first part for free. But then once it takes off and they say, hey, we want a second season or we want more episodes, now Jason has some serious negotiating power where it's like, hey, it's successful. You see it's successful. I did it for free. So now you're going to have to pay me triple or whatever, double or whatever of what I would have been asking for. Or I walk away and you hurt the fans and leave them high and dry. So that is kind of like my, look, I got the NBA. This is why I would probably, if I'm in Hasbro position, I'm like, we replace Rangers every year. It's a new Yellow Ranger every year. New Yellow Ranger tomorrow coming out. So how can we do this if we plan on replacing you every year? We can't. So it's like, no, we're just not going to do that.
Beyond upset. So it's just a backlog of a lot of frustration on his part. And it's only because he wanted to do what was great for the fans. Like, he loved the fans. That's why he would stay longer at conventions and sign than any other person.
X.
So there's kind of a long answer about that, but and there's way more details. I skipped over a lot of stuff.
The person that I'm hoping comes on will fill in the gaps. Shout out to my man Dust Productions, who says they didn't realize JDF was already irreplaceable. Facts. And I see April didn't enter the chat, so y'all better chill out in the chat. April don't play. But yeah, Dust is right. They didn't realize that JDF was already irreplaceable. Every time they wanted to bring back the franchise, who do they go to? They go to Jason. Hey, we need you to be over here. Hey, we need you to promote this. Hey, can you be in here? Can you make a cameo real quick? Can you do that real quick? And they Jason was the go-to guy. There was no one else better. No slight to the other Rangers, but they wasn't calling Austin St. John like, hey, ASJ, can you do this? He was like, nope. Anyway, but what does Blake say? Appreciate you, Blake. He says Saban should have made it right by funding a proper documentary for JDF. Full circle moment. Thanks for keeping the JDF content here. Oh, I appreciate you, Blake. Thanks for checking in. Thank you for the donation, man. Thank you for rocking with me through my internet issues early on that just miraculously sorted themselves out. And shout out to everyone. If y'all could do me a favor, like the stream. I see we got one person on Twitch, which is probably Jack. Shout out to Jack on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, drop a comment. I can see it. But let's keep going. That's why you can't let the actress become too big for the brand, and then you end up with Robert Downey Jr. and you giving him $500 million for every Marvel film.
Jason really he really loved you. He really loved the fans. Yeah, so Jason is okay. So Tommy is not in the 30th special. No, it's going to be a double in the suit, and they're probably going to use like old voice clips of Jason and try to pass it off. I think that means the most is that when that Jason did not want to be involved with the 30th anniversary, and he didn't want his character to be involved. And then when they released the behind the scenes, lo and behold, on the thumbnail was an actor in the Green Ranger, and Jason in it, and Hasbro did not answer that question because they know that he's not, but they want to promote it like he is. Which once again, they are clout riding Jason, which is what he hated in the first place.
Now here's the thing, right? Jason has no control over what they do with Tommy Oliver. He has no control over what they do with the Green Ranger. So for him coming to Hasbro and saying, since I ain't in it, I don't want to see no Green Ranger stuff. They like, who are you? Like, who are you? Like,
how dare you?
We own Tommy Oliver. Why would we listen to Helmet Head over here? Like, and it's unfortunate, but that's kind of, that's just how Hasbro work. Hey, we own it. We don't take advice from the talent, especially if you're not contributing to the work. Now, if you want to be in here, then you can have some say. But if you're not going to be on here, you need to go on the sideline, promote Legend of the White Dragon, and kick rocks. And that's kind of, that's kind of what Hasbro did. So let's keep going.
Very frustrating. Anyways, Walter Jones, the original Black Ranger in a future Power Rangers project. I feel like Jason would want him to carry the torch. So,
all right. So would Walter Jones carry the torch, right? Would Walter Jones, the Black Ranger, carry the torch of JDF? Can he fill JDF shoes?
Nope.
Anyway, let's hear what this answer is. Very intriguing, if you ask me.
So, I've met Walter once or twice. Never had any problems with him. He seems very, very nice. I can tell you that. What I will do is this. I will say that Jason's favorite Ranger.
All right, now look, he kind of dodging the question a little bit. Hey, will Walter Jones carry the torch? He's like, look, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you who Jason's favorite Rangers are, and then you could deduce your answer from that or whatever.
Okay, this is a better way to probably do this. Jason's favorite Rangers, out of all the people he worked with, the people that Jason liked the most in the Ranger community.
Okay, here we go, guys. This is favorite Ranger.
It's really all the people that were invited to his funeral, sadly.
So, look,
he loved Font. He loved Jason Font.
Now, look, we know Fonten's in Legend of the White Dragon. And shout out to Jason Font, man. When I did that Tammy interview, he reposted it. So I appreciate that.
Him and Jason Font and Jason are super close. Super, super close. And Catherine are very close.
Shout out to Catherine. When I did that Tammy interview, she reposted it also. I appreciate that. All right, let's keep going.
Him and I just blanked out on her name. Nakia.
Look at it. Shout out to Nakia, who also reposted the Tammy interview. I appreciate that, Nakia.
Who I met at the funeral. They were close, and they've known each other for a long time. Jason also really was close with Ciara Hanna. They were very close.
Oh, Yellow Ranger. What are we doing with these Yellow Rangers? This don't look like the Yellow Ranger I saw growing up. This don't look like her. This don't look like her, guys. What do y'all think?
And Serena Vincent.
Whoa. Time out, guys. When did Power Rangers start dressing like this? When did they start doing photo shoots like this? Where is the Amy Jo photo shoot, guys? Does anyone have the Amy Jo photo shoot from back in the day? But this is who? This is Sierra Vincent, Serena Vincent. I know some. Hey, brothers.
Lord have mercy.
We must stay focused,
brothers.
We must stay focused. All right, we got to stay focused, man. Like, don't, look.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Shout out to Serena Hanna, but like when they start doing photo shoots like this, like Hasbro. Yo, can we chill? The camera's still on. Okay, yeah. All right. The camera's still on. All right, this is a family show, guys. This is a family show. We not going. Button slip. Sorry about that.
And he also was close with Steve Cardenas. Johnny Bosch, although Johnny Bosch was not at the funeral.
Johnny Bosch.
And he was also close with David Yost. God.
Yeah. There's about
I know. That makes me look uncredible that I don't know David's name. To answer your question.
All right. So now he's like, hey, to answer your question, guys.
They did not have the best relationship, despite a lot of relationships that you think are good or things you think online are not what they perceive. So they did not have the best relationship. The Death Ranger versus Lord Draken. The White Dragon would destroy both of them.
All right. So Lord Draken, I have to send an invite. This invite is just for my special guests in the back. Hit the link. Let me tell this person hit the link because we about to get to them next. Let me pin it in the chat. So Lord Draken, right? Let me replacement message. Shout out to the fan, right? A fan. They sent me this, guys. A fan was like, "Hey Henry, thank you for everything that you did for JDF. Can I send you something?" And I was like, what are you trying to send me? You know, because you know I got simps out there, I got trolls out there, I got all these different people who hate what I do or whatever. But they sent me this. This is a signed copy of Lord Draken. This episode number 25. It's 3 of 18. So shout out to you, my special fan. I wanted to show off what you sent me. I appreciate that. That's from JDF Collection. So I don't know how much it's worth, guys. I don't collect something. Stop. I'm taking that from you, Henry. No, you ain't, April. But yeah, like this Lord Drac is signed. It's certified and everything. It says from my collection. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say about Lord Draken. Okay. Let's see what he has to say about Lord Draken. Let me add it back on. Sorry, guys. Shout out to Aaron for being so open and honest.
We will never do anything with Lord Draken, only because Jason really despised that character, and he really regretted it after it came out because he was used and taken advantage of. In that video that he had of himself as Lord Draken was on his YouTube channel, and he pulled it off. He didn't have anything to do with it because a lot of he was very unhappy with how he was kind of used on a lot of that, and it didn't go what he didn't.
So look, what if you guys don't see a common pattern is Jason was trying to basically create a adult version of Power Rangers, a more modern, like a Cobra Kai, and it looks like I'm just inferring that he would reach out to them and they'll say, "Oh yeah, we'll do it," and then they just wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. And they just
didn't go how he was promised, and he was taken for a little bit of a ride on it, which is too bad. So we will honor Jason's wishes, and that's where that will stay. Aaron, did JDF and Hasbro have a fall?
All right, so here's the Hasbro. Brent, chill out for about 30 minutes. Brent already in the background, y'all. He's ready. He's ready. Brent he's in the background. Anyway, Brent, check back in about 20 minutes because the special person I am about to have them on the line.
Oh, I heard.
So he's about to talk about Hasbro right now, the relationship with Hasbro.
From someone that the current Power Ranger showrunner called him a helmet head when he told them no to returning. They did not have, Jason really wanted to make it work. Hasbro tried to rip off some ideas. Jason did not like that. And he had some demands of things that he wanted for the fans. Jason's always out wanting help for the fans. And Jason, by a lot of people and companies, was not appreciated, not valued, and taken advantage of, and wronged, betrayed, all these things. I saw it firsthand. And the thing that Jason cared about and loved the most, and he gave everything for them. And what a lot of these studios used him for, so they saw his value, but they would just string him along and lie to him or tell him certain things,
Yeah.
Like they
look, when you have the leverage, you don't really have to be honest per se. You like, look, hey, come do this. All right, I'll do that. Are you going to do my project? Yeah, we're going to do your project. You going to do it like I said? Yeah, we're going to do your project like you said. Can I get it in writing?
Nope.
Just trust us. Handshake agreement.
A lot of was promised for him in that Lord Dragon thing that we helped develop originally, which that whole idea got skewed around and changed and spit out very different. But Jason, that was on his channel. He pulled it off there because he ended up really hated it, Lord Dragon in the end. He didn't want anything to do with it. He wanted it gone. He wanted it buried. So he did have a falling out with a lot of things, and he just wanted to do it with the fans. Like he wanted to originally do a Green Ranger series, and he said that he would do it free of charge, but he wanted to do the series for the fans because this is what the fans wanted, and they didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
it's too bad. Because Joker really, Joker. I'm reading this thing as a Joker, because Jason really loves the fans. He really did. So I can see you're going all Joker and Harley. Look at this, Joker and Harley. Joker and Harley.
That's the end of that, guys. And that's let's call my special person up. Let's see if this works. Let me do some things. But what do you guys think of that? That was how did JDF do his business, guys? Did he have some good business practices? Did he have some bad business practices? It looks like y'all said Saban was a good businessman overall. Overall, he got 47%, which is more than the no's. I know a lot of people hate Saban, but let's think about his business acumen. He had the persistence, man. He waited 10 years. Saban waited 8. JDF waited 10. And let's start the poll. And then I'll get the person on the line. Was JDF a good business person? A good businessman. I think he was. Look at him. A good businessman. Now, remember, Austin St. John may think differently. Some other Rangers may think differently. Now, what I would have loved for the question, someone should have sent a super chat and said, who is JDF's least favorite Ranger? Who is the Ranger that JDF would never work with again? All right, let me stop starting to start drama. Because I know some of these Rangers be watching. They be like, Henry, how do you know that? I'd be like, don't worry about it. I know, goddammit. Was JDF a good businessman? He is the highest earning Power Ranger. He is probably arguably the most popular, but let me make a phone call. Let me see if I can get them on. Give me a second. I got to search. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think overall? Let me go to their profile. It's crazy because they were supposed to hit the cam up and we going to put them on the screen. Let me call them right now. What do you guys think? I'm reading the comments. How can anyone say no? Look, he had way more money than me. All right. All right, it's ringing. Y'all hear it?
Hello.
Hello, is this Francis Rodriguez?
Yes, this is
All right.
me.
All right, Francis, how are you doing? Can y'all hear her? Put a 1 if you can hear her. Talk.
I'm good. I'm good.
You are
I have
good.
a baby.
You have the
So I
baby.
can't even come up.
Okay, you
He's
can't
still up.
cam up, but we're gonna put you up here. We're gonna put you up here on the screen because we want to show her so y'all know who I'm talking to. This is Francis, guys. She is posting thirst traps and all that good stuff on Instagram. So if you you want to talk to her or see some thirst trap pics, I got one up on the screen. So Francis, we were talking about JDF not being in the 30th anniversary, and we wanted to know. I saw a couple interviews where he said he wasn't doing it because Austin St. John and Amy wasn't in it. Can you speak to that?
Well, just so you guys know, like they really did try a lot, everything in their power to get Jason to do the show. But like Aaron said, he did try to get everyone's favorite nation. So everyone basically, get them to pay more for everyone. But I think at the end he just became Eric Reed, and like Aaron said, I think it was Legend of the White Dragon was more important to him than doing Power Rangers for something that they were just gonna at some point either not support him or give him the cold shoulder again.
Okay, so you're saying he became Eric Reed, and
Correct.
he was more focused on being Eric Reed, sorry, than Tommy Oliver. Is that a fair?
Correct.
Okay.
And just like the show was literally gonna be all about Jason. They really centered it all about Jason, the 30th anniversary.
Okay, so the show was going to be centered about Jason. Was the storyline the same of the Lord of the White Dragon, or was it different?
Similar. It was similar-ish.
Okay.
Remember, Legend of the White Dragon is more for us, for the adults.
Okay.
Whatever Hasbro does is gonna be PG. So it was not the same at all, but I can see why it would kind of conflict with the movie.
Okay. And what was he offered in terms of the other Rangers? Was it comparable? Was it the same? Was there any special perks?
I don't know about the other people.
Okay.
But I know he was offered a lot. He was offered basically anything that he would ask for was given. They were giving flights to the family, to myself. They were doing everything in their power to have him come in.
Okay. Wow. So they rolled out the Brinks truck for him, and he was like, "No, I'm doing Legend of the White Dragon." But he tried to get the people paid.
He did.
Can you speak on? I know you wasn't around, but did he ever speak on the whole thing where Austin St. John was trying to get people to strike, and was Jason ever involved in the strike?
So I've heard the story a while ago. And I know that I don't think there was a favored nation altogether. Like, I don't think they all agreed.
Okay.
Jason told me from the beginning, himself, David, and Amy were kind of like, let's chill, like, let's just play it out. And I think they just, they got hot. They came in hot, let's say, and lost their jobs. Were sent to the Peace Corps, I think, or Peace Conference. I think that's where we were sent, because they really didn't think it through. I think Amy, David, and Jason had more of a level head. And of course, that would look like backstabbing to the other three. But I know that he told me from the beginning he was really against doing a strike.
Okay. Wow. All right, guys. So there you have it from Francis. Like, I would love to get Austin St. John up here. I mean, I wonder would he double or triple down on it? Because it seems like a sore subject in so long ago.
It was there was a time period that it was really bad. And to be fair, in my opinion, and I'm gonna probably get hell for it, I think the fans egged it on more than the actual actors did.
I would agree with that, because I did see someone post super chat while Austin St. John was on Power Playback. Like, do you think you could beat JDF and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in the day? I think the overall answer is nope.
Nope. Exactly.
Okay.
But I have a story actually.
Oh, by far. Tell a story. Let's go.
So one time I went to Ranger Stop by myself. Jason wasn't part of it, and I went, I guess, just to clear the air, or just I went with someone else. And there was like a party right at a hotel room, and I was there with my friends, and some guy came up, and Austin came in, and some guy came up, and we were all talking like normal, you know what I mean? And some guy was to Austin, "Do you know who that is? Why are you talking to her?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "That's Jason David Frank's assistant." And Austin told the guy off, kind of, in a respectable way. And he's like, "Don't do that," like, because I felt bad. I'm like, "What? Like, should I leave? Am I not persona non grata here or something?" But he defended me. So really, I think people made it more so. The fans made it more worse than what it really was.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Of course.
Oh man. All right. Wow. That's an interesting story. So he had your back.
He did have my back. He actually made the guy feel bad and kicked the guy out of the party. So
Okay, shout out to Austin
that's
St.
my
John.
Austin,
Appreciate
Austin story.
Yo, Austin, I sent you a DM. Check it. I don't think you will, but any other stories you have to share? I mean, did he ever speak on Saban to you? Because a lot of people kind of view Saban in a different light. You know, some positive, some negative. Did Jason ever share his thoughts on Saban with you?
Remember, Jason was a businessman. I can tell you, I met Jason in April 2012, and I will say he taught me everything. He taught me how to say things, how to, when I do a flyer, what not to put, what to put, he was a businessman. And to him, Saban was a very smart businessman. Did he, in his opinion, screw the cast over? Yes. But business wise, he understood what was done. You know what I mean? I think he really admired the business side. Remember, Jason came from living in an outhouse, you know what I mean? Living in a trailer park, like a trailer area and an outhouse. He didn't even have electricity. And to become, the success he became, it's through business. And he admired Saban for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So there you guys have it from his personal assistant, Francis Rodriguez, that Jason looked up to. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
And Brent, I see Brent going off on the comments. I know you told me not to read them.
I told you not to.
I know. But I mean, everyone has a story. You know what I mean? Remember, at the end of the day, it was business. And
Yes.
Jason was very different business-wise than a lot of these people, especially at conventions. You know what I mean? Jason, I can tell you, we went to Ecuador, and Ecuador's not a rich country. And I remember Jason had said, okay, I'm going to give all the autographs for free. Right?
Wow.
And the convention owner started charging people $5, and Jason flipped out. He was like, no, I'm doing it for free. I'm not return all the money, and I'm over here, translating in Spanish because, he didn't know Spanish. And Jason was like, I need you to refund every single $5 that you collected because I told you it's free of charge. But they were like, well, the other people are complaining because they're charging. He's like, I don't care. I'm not charging. So imagine being at a con with a cast member that's giving away hundreds of free things and you're not. Of course you're gonna feel a certain type of way.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's my answer to Brent.
All right. Hopefully, and guys, we do have a picture of Brent that he did give me permission to share. Is there anything else you'd like to add that maybe you didn't mention earlier or in your previous interviews or your previous times up? Like, what can we expect in the future from Francis Rodriguez?
Well, I'm trying to get into YouTube
Okay.
as well. I have a good teacher. I'm not there yet. I am posting stuff on my channel. I found a lot of videos and messages from Jason and stuff that we did, like when we went to Dubai, and things like that. But I want to share more stories because I think a lot of people have. Well, first, the flat earthers, we're never gonna convince them. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of things that people didn't know about Jason behind the scenes. And at some point when I'm ready, I think I want to share with everybody.
All right. Well, Francis, we appreciate you. You can come up here anytime and drop some JDF stories. Thank you for shedding some light on something. Okay. Can you speak on him not liking the Black Ranger? Because that question was proposed, and Aaron said that he didn't get along. Now, if your baby is crying, we can.
No, he's fine. He's just he's watching
baby.
Lion King. Hold on. Yeah. But can you hear me? Or
Yes,
is it
I
the
can hear
baby
you.
crying?
I can hear you.
So I can tell you guys a behind the scene that no one knew. There was a show, I think it was in Cincinnati, that it was a rough show.
Mm-hmm.
When Jason went with the other Rangers, it was hard. You know what I mean? Because he would want to give free stuff, but then they wouldn't like that. You know what I mean? So certain other people wouldn't like that because it's like if he does it for free, then people expect them to do it for free, right? So
Yes, I get that.
so then there was a show in Cincinnati, and Walter was there, and I remember Walter was very upset with Jason, and very upset because Jason was giving free things out. And I know he went up to Jason, addressed Jason about the situation, and it was rough. Like I remember I was in the middle, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? I'm a girl. I don't even know
I'm a
like
girl.
how I'm gonna stop them from arguing, like the two grown men. But I think that because I was Jason's assistant, I appreciated what Jason did. So many people didn't have money. You know what I mean? Even when you go now, there's conventions that people don't have money. You know what I mean? So to him, he wanted to make sure everyone left happy. You know, other people can't do that because other people, that was their livelihood. You know what I mean? So did he have issues with Walter because of that? Yes. At shows, definitely yes. So that's what happened. That's where things got a little rough with them, because I can tell you there was one time we were in Rhode Island and we spent the whole day together. Walter, Jenna, him, and they even did like Jenna had like a doll talk show, and it was great. But when the pressure started that Jason was giving free stuff and they weren't, that's when things became rocky.
I see. Oh man, that's a great business strategy, by the way. He gives away free stuff and they're charging for stuff. I'm going to the free line. So if I'm at Ranger at some Comic-Con, I don't want to be nowhere near JDF because he giving away free stuff. I need to be away from him, because when they come to my line, hey, I'm charging for everything. You want a signature, you got to pay. You want a picture, you got to pay. You want anything, you want me to say hi, you got to pay. And I know some people can get like that. Not saying Walter's
And
like
I mean,
that or anything. I'm just saying like it
and
can.
I understand both aspects of it. You know what I mean? But it's like I can't come to your show and dictate what you're gonna say.
Exactly.
It's your show.
Exactly.
So it was a rough thing. And I saw that someone said the whole Austin and Jason not being at a show together.
Yeah.
That's a long story on itself, but it wasn't Jason. Just so everybody knows. At first it was not Jason. Actually Jason even wrote Austin a letter, an email, like this is like a book. I'm like, never seen Jason write an email so long in my life.
What?
And
yo, Austin,
yes,
you got to
like
check in. We want to see that damn email.
Like I mean I have it somewhere, but it was like the longest, like heartfelt email, like, you know, let's squash this and let's get it, you know what I mean, like let's do this for the fans and let's get it together. And it was not responded.
Oh, he left them on red?
Yeah.
Austin.
It was red but not responded. Yeah.
Austin. Oh man. Oh, Walter and ASJ run fanware and have paywall their interactions for their fans. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Francis. Like, Jesus, man, we're gonna have to you got to start doing this on your channel. I mean, I appreciate you stopping by, but we gonna try to.
I'm getting there. I have to get, you know, an area. Have to, like, you know, pick a time when the baby's already asleep, not like right now.
Oh yeah, I know all about it. You know, I do it when my daughter not here.
Exactly.
But all right, I'm gonna let you go. You have been phenomenal, guys. Like we gotta clap it up. Gotta clap it up.
Oh, and my channel it's Francis Baby. It's the same as my Instagram.
Yeah, it's Francis Baby. Okay, I'll link it in the description. I'm gonna let you go. Give my regards to the little one. Thank you for stopping by.
Good night, guys.
All right, good night, Francis. Let me hang up on her, guys. All right, that was Francis, guys. What do you guys think? Now, Brent, if you want to come up and shoot your piece, because you know Brent be at the Comic-Cons. Hit the like button, guys. We about to see if Brent if he could take a break from work to come bless us with his knowledge. Now, he did give me some pictures to share, and I will share the pictures that he gave me permission to share. So this is Brent, guys. Shout out to Brent, my #1 caller, who picks me up all the time. And this is, let's share it. And of course, we got Brent back there, but let's show the pictures. And before we get to the pictures, shout out to Nathan E, who says JDF did right sometimes. Have to start new chapter. Okay, yeah, he did. He did do right. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. All right, so this is Brent with Karen Ashley, the Yellow Ranger. And there's our guy, Brent. There is Karen. And of course, right? Of course. You think Brent is going to go anywhere to any con without getting a picture with his favorite Ranger, guys. His favorite Ranger. Let me, and he know who I'm about to put up here, guys. Who do you think Brent's favorite Ranger is? Put the color in there, put the initials in there. We know it is Austin St. John. So shout out to Brent for sharing his pictures. And look at Brent. Brent with Austin St. John. So let's bring him up. We're gonna play his intro music, guys. He comes up almost every Power Ranger stream. So let's give even non-Power Ranger streams, he gives it up. So let's give it up for Brent. I'm gonna play his theme music on the intro. Oh, he said he didn't give me permission. What are you talking about? You gave me permission in the email. Oh, hello, Brent.
I didn't, but that's okay. I would have said yes. So doesn't matter. I'll show you the email. I didn't give you permission.
Let's say. Oh yeah, right. He didn't. Damn, he got me. He got me dead to rights. My bad, Brent. But
that's fine. I mean,
you know, consenting to. So how is it, man? What would you like to say, Brent? You got the floor.
So people I knew, they're gonna call me flat earther. That's fine. I showed you. They saw the pics, so I did talk to them, and it's just about a perspective. Like Francis, her perspective is JDF can do what he wants, and of course he can. Like he gives up for that's fine. But for him, I spoke with Karen, and she said that JDF asked her specifically. There was a reunion show in 2013. Francis will probably know. JDF asked her not to do it for the money. She asked her not to do the show for the money, but for the fans. And she took great offense to that. And she told me that JDF does not give free autographs all the time. He might do it on occasion. He chooses to, but when he wants to charge, he will charge. So it's not like he does it like maybe in some countries where he's he doesn't really frequent.
Okay.
He might not charge because they're first time fans, but maybe for the bigger cities like LA or Seattle, he might charge money for autographs. And she specifically told me that he charges money. And so Francis is right, but that he does give free autographs, but it's not all the time.
Okay.
But he does give free autographs, and he should be commended for that for sure. Because those autographs aren't cheap. I paid Karen, probably about half her weeks of work when she worked with Power Rangers. So it's not cheap.
$300?
Around there, yeah. And it's maybe a little bit less. I don't know how much. Maybe a little bit less, but I'm counting Austin St. John as well. So them combined, it's probably 300 total.
Brent, you dropped 600 total on
No, 300 total. 300 total for both.
Okay, 300.
So it's still a lot, but I could see why people might think JDF's so generous because he's doing a really good thing and saving people a lot of money, and he should be commended for that. I'm not a fan of his, but he should be commended for giving free autographs because I've seen the videos and he does give free autographs. He does, and
Brent, man, look, I appreciate you for standing on your beliefs with all the adversity in the chat of people coming at you. You've been here from day one for I think every JDF live stream, which is impressive considering you are not a fan of JDF.
No, because I want to find out like more about him because when I was a little boy, I watched him, and I was sad when the original 3 left, and I always wondered why they left and why the other 3 stayed. And it took me almost over 20 years to find out why. And your show really helped me understand more about JDF. And oh yeah, there's me in Austin. That conversation. That was
share about it. Let's share. You didn't sign an NDA, so I'm sure if you paid him $150 for an autograph, he gave up everything. Did you ask him about the 1994 strike that he pulled, or that was trying to pull, or why he left? What question did you ask ASJ?
So I talked to him. Okay, so I froze at first because it's kind of like, how the T-Rex is the big animal, and at that time I was in daycare. All the animals were all those like Toy Story. You have all the animals in a row. That's what I did. I put like the mastodon, the saber-toothed tiger, the stegosaurus, the triceratops. They all were around the T-Rex. And when I saw Power Rangers, I fell in love with the show because the T-Rex was always the leader of the show. And so I froze a little bit, and then I asked him about Twee. I asked him about Twee first because she's the one that passed away first.
You mean hot, bro?
And he was like, she was awesome, and he loved her. And then I asked him about JDF, and he didn't want to talk about. He said he's a showman. JDF is a showman, and
what's wrong with that? Is that a slight?
It is, because I asked Walter the same thing, and I asked him what was JDF like, and he said that JDF was a businessman and complicated. And I asked him, did all 6 Rangers agree to strike? And did JDF make a side deal with Saban in order for him to stay while he left, ruining the strike? And all he told me was all 6 of us agreed to negotiate a contract. They all agreed together to negotiate. So they all agreed to go to Saban, and then something happened where it all changed. And basically it's kind of like going to war, everybody agreeing going to war, and then the enemy knows the plan, and then midway through JDF says, I made a side deal, I need to do what's best for me, I'm out. And so they were all, it seemed like, based on what Walter told me, they were all left out in the open, and Saban said, we're not putting up with this, you guys are gone, we're sending you to the peace, the quote-unquote peace conference. But that was a slight, that was an insult to them, that because Karen Ashley, I spoke to her as well, and she said, I asked her about JDF, she said he's complicated, and that there's a light side and a dark side to every person, and she felt that the darkness took over. And you know how women like her, they're very outspoken and sassy.
What do you mean women like her, Brent? What are you trying to say?
No, like she's very outspoken, like very like her, if you meet her in person, she's very outspoken, and like she speaks her mind. So when I talked to her, the way she was talking, she wanted to say more, but she probably thought I was a JDF like super fan or whatever, so she held back. And because I had to pretend like I was a fan of JDF's so that it wouldn't bias how they would approach the question, like how they would answer me.
Wait. You went undercover at a Comic-Con as a JDF fan?
I said that I love Power Rangers and everybody, and I just showed that I wasn't biased towards or against any particular. So I had to pretend that I liked everyone.
You ain't come out and say, "Hey, JDF is not my favorite Power Ranger."
I couldn't say that, so I want to get an unbiased answer from her. I didn't want to get something that was tainted by whoever was speaking in front of her. And he said he's complicated. The darkness took over him, and any talks about him giving free autographs is misleading because he charged, and she would know. He charged for autographs, and for him to say that he did it just for free is misleading.
Chill, guys, chill. Leave Brent alone.
Oh, right. I'm getting a lot of hate, right? And people are gonna say I'm flat earthing. I photoshopped that. They're gonna say I photoshopped it, right? I photoshopped that picture.
Hey,
like I have good photo editing skills, right?
It doesn't matter what they say. I rock with you. I rock with you. You've been rocking with me from day one. You like the only one who comes up. And some of the people who hating on you, they won't even come up and dispute you other than Francis.
Right, because they have a I understand, like when you like someone, like you ride with them, and I understand that. Yeah, but I felt like
in the trap for Brent. Put some bees in the trap for Brent, guys. Get them bees up.
But I do feel like I want to comment about Saban. He's a good businessman, and but there's also a human aspect to it as well. When someone's making you billions, you do have an obligation, even with a written contract, to acknowledge their work. But in terms of business, they did sign a contract, and people arguing for JDF. What is the show called? Is it called Tommy Oliver? Is it called White Ranger? Or what is the show called? He wasn't even in the show the first 16 episodes.
Right.
So, and for him to claim that he's doing just for him, he's thinking just for himself, I think that's that's his right, but the show wouldn't be possible without the team. And I feel like the show Friends, all the actors on Friends, they understood that. David Schwimmer was probably the most popular character, and he probably could have said, screw Jennifer Aniston, screw Matt LeBlanc, screw all of them. I'm going to do what's best for me and let them go to, it's business, right?
It's
business. but he was willing to walk out with them, and they negotiated a better contract, and Friends skyrocketed after that. So people could defend JDF all they want, but at the end of the day,
you not here for it.
If he would have said from the beginning, hey guys, I don't want to deal, like if they were in the meeting and he says, no, I want to stay on the show because quote unquote job security, I would respect that. But hearing what the other actors said, I think he agreed with them initially, and then he bailed out midway. Okay. And I feel that's not right. And I feel like it is, because look at all the other Rangers. Look at Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley. They all left because of money. Yeah. And Steve was willing to stand up for more pay. And he was written out of the Turbo series because he fought for more pay for everybody, and he didn't get it. So he was booed off the show, and his character was written off with a karate accident. Karen Ashley, same thing. She won more money. They didn't give it to her, so they sent her back to Africa. Literally, if you watch the show, I'm not kidding. They sent her back to Africa. They sent her character back to Africa.
The context, Brent. The context.
Because of the character in Buying More Power, they were turned to children.
Listen, I think Karen Ashley, from my perspective, is Black. So when you say they sent her back to Africa,
her character back to Africa, and then she told me that was they said that was racist, and she felt like it was racist. So,
oh my God, Brent, you cracking me up, man. I can't believe you just
No, this is what she's telling. This is what she told me. So,
we like, back to Africa, guys.
No, they sent her character back to Africa, and then they replaced her with her name is Nakia. They placed her with Nakia's character.
Some respect on Nakia Burris' name.
Nakia Burris. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, yeah. So 5 Rangers leaving because of pay. All 5 original Rangers left because of pay or poor working conditions. Karen Ashley and Steve Cardenas leaving because of poor pay. They all fought for more pay for everybody, but JDF somehow only fights for more pay, or is claiming wanting more pay for everybody, when there's a show, the 30th anniversary, where he doesn't even want to be a part of because allegedly something with the Legend of the White Dragon.
All right, Brent. So, all right, let's hone it. Who is your who can carry the Power Rangers to the next chapter that's not Austin St. John?
None of them. I don't think any of them can. I think I saw the promotion for the 30th anniversary. I think David Yost is doing it. I don't think he can carry. I don't think so.
Ooh.
And Steve Cardenas is Tyrannosaurus, yet he's in the background again. I mean, come on now.
It's firing from the hip, yo. He going in on all Rangers.
I mean, it's no, because I don't have it. I'm not like a JDF super fan or ASA super fan.
Oh, you're an super fan, man. You may not think you are, but you know.
I do favor him, but it's not like if ASJ was found guilty of COVID fraud. No, he hasn't been found guilty. But if he's found guilty of any fraud or anything, I won't support him at all.
All right.
You know.
Okay.
So.
Right. Well, Brent, I appreciate you coming up, man. You have shared a wealth of knowledge. Thank you for sharing the pictures. I'm happy you got to get everything off your chest. I'll probably do a couple more Power Ranger streams. I got a couple more, but thank you, Brent.
Sure. Are you gonna go to any conventions, Henry? Or
I'm thinking about. I got they looking for me. They want to hurt me. So I really can't say which conventions I'm going to be at. But if I do, I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be just like this. Just like this at a convention, low, get an autograph, and then I'll leave. Because I can't have no flat earthers running up on me, trying to do me bodily harm for calling them flat earthers. You know, so.
I mean, there's not that many. The Power Rangers, the fandom has really died. There's barely anybody at the tables. Like, I was able to have these conversations because there weren't really anybody there. I mean, it's kind of like people are focused on the Mandalorian and Stranger Things now, and it's it's
Power Rangers is dying off, man. They're dying.
It's died off ever since after Zeo. I think and JDF saw the writing on the wall. He left during Turbo.
Yeah,
and he claims that it was because Haim Saban wouldn't see the rest of the cast. I mean, that's not he would never see them before, and he still stayed on the show. Yet
never
because of that. I don't think so.
All right, Brent, I gotta let you go, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for coming up. Yo, shout out to Brent, man. Yo, Brent always look. Did he keep it 100? Yo, he was like. Hey, he was firing, y'all. I need the gunshot sound because he was like, and we sent the black girl back to Africa. We had to get her up out of here. And I was just like, Brent, he didn't even realize it. That was an epic Brent take. And we need to do like a best of Brent. Someone said that was pathetic. Hey, look, man, here's the thing, right? Whether you guys like Brent, hate Brent, feel some type of way about Brent, I can say this in defense of Brent. He has been consistent. With the way he thinks, with his thoughts, his outlook on the Power Ranger series. He has not wavered once, So I expect Brent to stay true to the course. And some people may have not spent $300 or $150 on 2 autographs each. And hey, his money, his choice, and he got what he wanted out of Comic-Con. They got the money that they wanted, and we all better for it. All right, what does Wheeling Through Life with Brian says? Brent, the show went down after Zordon was sacrificed. When was Zordon sacrificed? In the movie? Because didn't he die in the movie, if my memory serves me correct? I don't know. But yeah, man. So Wheeling Through Life says Brian with Life. He says, Brent, the show went down after Zordon was sacrificed. I don't know, guys. People asking me which con I'm gonna go to. If I was to go to any con, it'd probably be the one in Fayetteville. Because that's the remembrance one. That's the real that is the real one. Let me see if I can put it up on the screen. That's the one where they're gonna have the tribute to Jason David Frank. How you spell Fayetteville, man? Like, Fayetteville, J. Cole City. Fayetteville, Comic-Con. Anywho, what do you guys think, guys? I'm here for I got about 7 more minutes. And there you go, April 21st to the 23rd. And of course, the freaking website is not working. Fayetteville Comic-Con. Let's see. It's April 22nd to the 23rd, and people be posting it. When is my next stream? Hell if I know. I like talking about money. Oh gosh, let me go to Instagram. Let's see it. Let's see who posted it. Did anyone post it? It's Fayetteville. Fayetteville, yeah. That's the next Comic-Con. If I was to go to anyone, I would probably go to that one. And of course, people don't be posted. They posted in a story. And I'm like, can you post it in your freaking as a post and not a story? So when people want to reference it, we can go back to it. But people are like, no, I don't want to, people be doing stuff like, I don't want to do that. And I just be like, it's just killing me because when I want to go to reference it, I can't find it. Can't find it. But anywho, what do you guys think? What do you think of Brent? Was that did we expect, that wasn't the Brent take we wanted, but maybe that was the Brent take we needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, maybe that was the take we needed. What do you guys think? Anywho, Brent, free content. Yeah, the crazy thing about free content is I wish I could clip JDF stuff and repost it, but I've tried it and it just doesn't do well. It really, no one, I would say like the interest is it's not there, which is sad. But anywho, yeah, it's in. I wish I had a poster. Like, it's so hard to find. Let me search Comic-Con, and we're gonna see all the pictures of people at the different cons or whatever. But what do you guys think? Super stream Henry. Hey man, I tried. Like we had some glitches. I appreciate we had some serious glitches. And shout out to Cheyenne, the lovely Cheyenne Thomas. Would you ever interview a Power Ranger? Thanks again for another great stream. I would love to interview a Power Ranger, but here's the thing with the Power Rangers, and it's not even a slight to them or anything. I would want to do like a real interview, you know what I'm saying? Not like a PG-13, let's keep it safe, let's not piss off Saban, because when people talk about it, they may, you don't want to potentially be talking about an employer, right? So you come on my show and I'm like, yo, how do you feel about Saban? Do you feel like you were underpaid? And they may say yes. They say, yeah, I feel like I'm underpaid. And I'm like, well, didn't you sign the contract though? Well, if you thought the rate was low, why would you sign the contract? And that could put them on the defense, because like, hey, I just want to know, like when I took my most recent job, they offered me a price. And I was like, no, it's going to take a little bit more to get me to come over than that. And they said, okay, well, we'll give you a little more. And I was like, is that the best you could do? It's like, this is what we could do for now, and this is what we could do later. And then I was like, okay, you could do this now, you could do this later. All right, they delivered. I'm set. Even though I have a phenomenal job. I love it. Someone says, can we get some more Tony sound bites? Shout out to you. Which one is your Jay Morris? Which one is your favorite soundbite? I have
certain things have to be kept private.
Keep it private. I have
you dig, bro. You like to dig.
I do be digging. I have
you shouldn't be investigating too much.
Of course.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Love of my life. What are you talking about?
The what are you talking about is so aggressive. And my favorite one is probably
you don't know more than I know.
You don't know more than I know, guys. You don't know more than I know about JDF, but I'm sure some people who like Brent no, I know a lot more than you. But Jay Morris, thank you for the Jay Morris 220XX. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. I have a major story like that no one else is talking about. Well, people are talking about it, but no one else has got the documents to back it up. Okay. No one has got the documents to back it up like me. And what does Intensify say? Brent stands by his convictions, which takes guts in a room full of JDF diehard fans. And he's correct. The character literally gets sent to Africa. So yeah, back to Africa for I forget her name already, guys. Karen Ashley. But back to Cheyenne's question, right? Thank you, Intensify. I would love to do an interview with a Power Ranger, and some of them I've messaged But you know, it could be bad for their brand. You know, I don't have a brand. I'm just a YouTuber who've been looking into JDF, and you know, they may not trust me. They may not trust that I'll answer fair questions. They may be like, they may not want to be put in a hot seat. And I like to do my interviews live, and there's no reshoots, and there's no question is off limits. So if I was to get Austin St. John, I'd be like, hey, let's talk about this. And he could say next question, which is fine, but I'm at least going to ask the question like, yo, can we go in on that strike? What was the details behind it? We would spend probably like 20 minutes on that. But Dust Productions, yeah, Crypto Zoo. See, Dust knows. He knows I got the Crypto Zoo documents. And you know, you talk like, you think about like JDF, which I love doing. It's a passion project for me, guys. I do JDF for passion. I do it for you guys. I grew up watching it, so it's great for me to cover it. And like, you know, are there other stories that probably generate more views? Like, you know, if I start talking about XQC, I have like a lot more people. My stream would do like 60,000. But I do this for the passion. I do it for the fans. Look at me. I got this. I got this. Look. Boom. I'm here with y'all. You know, I get the. I'm not as big a fan as Brent now. Look, and I'm poor. I'm dirt poor. I'm going through a divorce, and this is my therapy. This is where I get to connect to people. I get to talk to, you know, people like Cheyenne. And look, why y'all hating on Brent? Why y'all hating on Brent? Cheyenne said, I would love to see my life. His love of life to come up. You know, we don't judge people over here. You know, we keep it cruel. As long as you ain't no simp, we gonna do it. Now I want to do a YouTube channel to get free JDF signed merch. April, come on, man. I told you, you should have been started a channel. April, actually, she could do it. She got the time and everything. But I would love a Power Rangers interview, guys. If any Power Rangers watching, reach out. I've reached out to him. I've sent at least one. I've definitely messaged Amy Jo. I would love to interview Amy Jo. I would love to interview Amy Jo. Like if I was to say my top to interview, Austin St. John is number one, guys. Austin St. John is number one for me. If I would keeping it all the way honest, Austin St. John is number one. And not because I'm like an anti Austin St. John fan or anything like that, or none of that crap. It would just be like, it'd be professional. I would ask some tough questions and we could shoot it for an hour. Then it would be Amy Jo for, you know, nostalgic reasons. And then, you know, give me Walter. Give me Walter. I saw him in the house party. I would interview Walter. And it's all the OGs first, and then Billy or David Yost. I hope I said the name right. And because Billy, his story is probably the most interesting because he had to deal with a lot of adversity based on his lifestyle choices. And to deal with that in a time where it wasn't probably the most accepted is really hard, guys. It's really hard to just push through, not, you know, focus on the haters who probably teasing you or making fun of you or disgusted by, you know, the choices you make. He probably had the hardest come up. So the Blue Ranger would probably whatchamacallit. He would probably have the most interesting story. You gotta ask if Austin look at this freak over here. If Austin St. John's agrees to do a live interview with you, I would eat my bra. She gonna eat her bra if he doesn't. He probably won't. And I know why. I know some stuff about him. But shout out to Chanzo. What does Chanzo say? Don't show that sign. CGC graded comic on live. Your ex might try to take that from you too. Yo, I should try to take everything, guys. Look, at first I was down about it. I was like, man, is she really coming for all that? And then now I'm just like, just take it already so I can move on with my life. Like, she's already getting about 150,000 from me. Just boom. There's nothing I can do about 150,000. All right, maybe it might be a little bit more than 150. If she gets her way, it'll probably be 175,000. And all in all, I probably spent over 200,000 trying to get out this marriage if you factor in the alimony, the child support, and my lawyer costs. So on a 6-year marriage, it's about to cost me 200,000. So people are like, are you going to Comic-Con? Nope. Are you going to dude, look, I am very fortunate, guys. Thank you, Chenzo. I am very fortunate. I've been, my life may have started out tougher, but I made something of myself. And like I said, at first, the money, I was like pissed off. I cried. Kai, who is this? We got a new person up in here. Let's make a Ranger interview summer 2023 happen. Okay. Kai, Kyle, and what a weird ass name. I'm sorry. Look, thank you for the donation. Kai, Kyle, M. Let's make a Ranger interview happen this summer. I would love it. I would love for a Ranger interview to happen. You just never know, man. Like, here's the thing. Do they want to come on my platform? They're like, I'll do it as long as you come on my platform and do it. I mean, I would do that too. But I definitely want someone on my platform where I can ask them any question. It won't be nothing crazy, but I'm sure Amy Jo would do it. I'll message Amy Jo. If anyone got Amy Jo contact or Austin, Brent, set up that Austin St. John interview. He probably would charge me. That's the crazy part, right? They when so many people are used to exchanging time for resources, and I say, hey, can I get an hour of your time? They're like, an hour? I'll have someone contact you with my rate. My rate is this. If you can pay my rate, I'll give you an hour. Whereas JDF, he would just do it for free. Like there's a JDF interview out there with a little known fan that has a wealth of information. That I can't do it. Hey, chat with Cavalier Sutherland. I mean, I would love to do one with Kat. But I like Kat. She retweeted some stuff. And I've had some conversations with her behind the scenes. So shout out to her. I appreciate her. And what does Nick Wickett say? Have $5 Henrys. I'm timed out because I got a little spicy in the chat, but that's okay. Enjoy your content. Even though you throw softballs. Whoa, Nick. Nick, hit the link. Hit the link, Nick. Nick, let's go. What hardball question should I ask? Let's go. Not that I'm like upset or anything, but thank you for the donation. Even though even though you throw softballs. I mean, I don't know what the hard-hitting questions are, guys, because like you can ask some hard-hitting questions. Like, Francis, right? Francis, if you're still watching, she gets asked a lot of questions about her kid. Right? About her kid. Like, who's the father? On some Maury Povich type stuff. Who's the father of your kid, Francis? And they like, is it Jason? Nope. So, like, would it be like a hardball question would be, hey, have you ever had sex with Jason David Frank? And the answer is obviously no. But like, if I don't ask that, people are like, you asked her softball questions. And I'm like, bro, like, you want me to ask her that? You think she's gonna be like, yes, I've been sleeping with Jason for 10 years since I became his assistant. Like, what do you guys want? Like, wait, Brent has a YouTube? Yeah, if Brent have a YouTube, he better drop the link. I'll come up. I owe Brent a lot. But I'm just saying, guys, like, all right, type your hardball questions in the chat right now, guys. Everyone. Mr. Monster coming up. All right, Mr. Monster, one of my subscribers. Mr. Monster, what's going on, man? How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. I'll be quick because I'm at work. I missed the last stream, but I watched the whole thing after it came out and was really impressed. Say if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have dug it. I probably wouldn't myself as dug. I would have accepted for face value whatever information. Maybe I would have been more of a flat earther, I guess, had you not done a lot of these talks and interviews. But what I'd like to see from you from the future after all this good stuff that you've done so far is, I mean, why stop here and why stop with Jason if there's other info, exciting info about Haim Saban or Austin St. John or people that are willing to just talk. And I think that would be cool.
All right, here's the thing, Mr. Monster. People are not willing to talk. That's the thing.
That's true. Yeah.
People with nothing to lose will talk. Like Austin St. John, if the price was right, he'd be in the damn 30th anniversary. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's
If the
true.
price is right, he'll be there. If they say, "Hey, ASJ, we want you back," he'll say, well, how much? We want this much. All right, cool. I'll be there. I'll do whatever I need to do. And that goes for everyone. Everyone has a price. Even Mr. Monster, like, hey, Mr. Monster, we want you to quit your job. We need you to be a putty in the 30th. And like, be like,
let's go. I'm ready, bro.
So,
but no, thank you. You done so good during all this. Just, I owe it to you for a lot of the closure, I should say. A lot of the information out there I wouldn't have got. So, man, you keep doing it, and the other stuff that you've been investigating, XQC and stuff, all that is really, really good.
Yeah, XQC stuff is way crazier than this. But.
No, obviously, but it's cool. It's interesting to follow, and I can't wait to see what you got going on in the future.
All right, thank you, Mr. Monster. Get back to work now. All right.
I will. Bye.
Yo, Mr. Monster with that putty sound. I think I'm gonna have to clip that. I think I'm gonna have to clip that. Yo, my streams be lit. All 12,000 of y'all up in here. Oh my goodness, man. I can't believe he did that. But Dust, chill out. Oh man. Dust trying to start trouble, man. He trying to start trouble in the chat. But no, guys, post your hardball questions that you guys want me to answer in the chat. Post it. Post what you want me to post it. Post what you want me to ask. Put a hardball question in the chat. Definitely clip that. What the fuck? Yo, Mr. Monster is definitely getting clipped. That's a new sound. Hey, Mr. Monster, you created the sound. Hey, it will be clipped for next stream. No one's posting questions. If you got the Blue Ranger up here, what you gonna ask him? I'm gonna be like, hey, how was it being? How were people accepting of you once your lifestyle became public? In a time where not too many people knew about it, did you have to keep it a secret? Were you happy when you can put your love on display because it's still kind of behind the scenes? So like stuff like that. People don't want to answer stuff like that. They want to be like, where's the questions? No one's putting a question. Put Q question. Q question. Who would you slap in the face for each? Oh God, this is a hardball question. Who would you slap in the face for each Ranger asked? Oh my goodness. See, this is what I'm talking about. People say, "Hey, what's a hardball question?" Could you ask David about all right, who were you the closest to on the show, and did any OG Power Rangers hook up? Now that's what I'm talking about. Like, no one is gonna say anything. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh yeah, it was me and blah blah blah. Let's see what April said. What was the fight that he and JDF had where they didn't speak for a while? See, that's a great question. That's a great question. Ask David about the fight him and Jason got into why they didn't talk for 5 years. See, like, these are great questions. Have you asked Aaron from Bat in the Sun for an interview? No, I did not. I have not. I'm telling you, I'll be honest. Guys typically don't want to talk. And you can call me sexist or anything like that, but he probably don't want to talk to me. I mean, maybe he does, maybe he don't. I mean, I support what he's doing. I'll be purchasing a ticket. I'll probably be in some movie theater. And it's only going to release in 25 markets, which I'm like not too happy about. But here, I'll give you guys a gem. Here, any more questions? No one posted. The 30th anniversary for you guys who are here is a pilot. It is a test run. It's going to test to see if there is a market there for the older people. And if it does well, you're going to see more and more older Power Ranger stuff. You may even get like a Cobra Kai out of it. That is probably something That's what they're going for. That's why they're doing it. And to be honest, it was probably sold to Netflix or commissioned by Netflix because Hasbro didn't believe in the IP that it could do well at the movie theaters, because the last one kind of flopped. So you don't want to put too much into it. You're like, well, look, we spent 20 million on it. We can get 10 million from Netflix or whatever you can from Netflix is going to buy it. And if it does well, we can get more Power Ranger stuff like Cobra Kai. So the 30th is a pilot for the adult version of whatchamacallit. Someone said, did JDF and Amy hook up behind the scenes? That's gonna be a no matter what. Even if she did, she's probably gonna say no. So unless she just like, nah, we did it. We did that. What happened to the JDF and Tammy unreconcilable divorce papers? Why should that woman get his wealth if she couldn't stand to live with her anymore? See, Nick, you didn't watch all the live streams, man. We didn't watch all of them. You stopped halfway. You stopped at the beginning. You got to keep going to where there was reconciling, where they had the text messages, where I showed you the voice messages. I showed you that they were doing a lot of that, a lot of it. So much that I had to get a copyright and take all that stuff down. But she wanted to call the divorce off too. So that's a question, but I've answered it with the text messages. I've done all that. So is that another one? How did David Yost almost get set on fire? Pyrotechnicians. I did watch. I don't buy it. All right. He like, I don't believe it. So which part don't you believe? That they were having sex? You don't believe they were having sex? You don't believe that that they made up? Which part do you not? You don't think she loved him? You don't think he loved her? Which part? I'm joining the Flat Earther game. Hey Nick, at least oh, I have a flat earth. I have a flat earth emoji, guys. Which are a flat. Here. So if you get a membership to the channel, you could do the flat earth emoji. Yeah, I don't even advertise. I do have memberships if you want like the emojis. You join the channel. More will come as more people join. But I appreciate y'all. Any more hard-hitting questions? Why charge fans $150 for an autograph? Hey, people are paying it. That's why you charge them. But yeah, I will ask Austin St. John how much he charges for an autograph. He probably won't say it, right? Because here's the thing why you won't say it. If you say I charge $150 in California for an autograph, that's a California price. But if you in like Cincinnati, you're probably not going to charge $150 in Cincinnati because the people there, you know, the income may be lower. And you damn sure probably going to charge $150 in New York because everything is more expensive in New York. Someone said he don't. It was like $40 for ASJ when I met him. I think it was $300 for a couple of different people. God damn, April be out here. Like, and also guys, send me all pictures to Comic-Con. I'll put them on live stream. I'll definitely put them on live. But anywho, I've been here way past my time. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button on the. Thank you for. Can you send me a link so I can come up? All right, Shaun, I got you on the link. Give me 1 second. You got 3 minutes, and then I gotta go. I really gotta go. Give me a second, Shaun. Copy. The link should be posted at the top of the chat. I'll give you all free autographs. No, she won't. She lying. April lying. Look, April, she ain't giving nobody. You ain't even gonna see April. You would never see April in the public. She be low key. She be real low key. Oh, she was gonna show the office to us. Can you get her back up on the show? I dropped the link. Shaun Rhea didn't hit it. Yeah, she claimed a lot of things. That girl claimed a lot of things. I'd be like, show me a picture. You don't believe shit she say. All right, Shaun, what's up, man?
I had to turn down the stream so that I don't interfere with the video. But Brent, I don't understand why I understand he's got his opinion, but for him to throw dirt on the Legend's name like that, I mean, There's some things you just don't need to do, even though you feel the way you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are meant to be unsaid, is how I feel. You know, and what I was gonna say is, I know how you said, why don't they do a documentary? Why don't they do like a movie with somebody playing JDF and do his life story? Get like
an investigation discovery reenactment type thing.
Yeah, like a reenactment type of deal, like
a Lifetime. I got you.
Yeah, basically, then they could put it on Netflix.
They might. It depends on who buy it, because everything on Netflix is licensed for a price, and they have to believe in it that it's going to do well streaming wise. But if when this 30th anniversary come out, if everyone goes to watch the 30th anniversary, they would have to bring back another one. They would have to bring back another one because it does so well. Now, if it just falls, if you see Power Rangers as the #1 movie on Netflix for a while and it stays there for weeks, then we'll probably get more adult stuff. If it goes on there and it doesn't make top 10, it's a wrap for it. The IP is done. And
what I was gonna say too is, everybody wants you to interview a Power Ranger. What about David Fielding, the actor who played Zordon? What about interview for him? What about the person that played Alpha 5?
So the smaller creatures. I would be open for it if they wanted to. Sure. But like I said, these people they're accustomed to getting paid for their time. So it's like, would they do it for free? Because I'm not gonna pay them. I'll be honest. I'm like, look, I am not gonna pay you. I mean, if you want half the super chats, we could do half the super chats. But even the super chats I get is you gotta remember, Netflix takes, YouTube takes 35% or 30%, and then taxes and all that good stuff. So they can get that. So if any Ranger want to come up, you more entitled to super chats. I don't care.
I also wanted to stop by and tell you that I appreciate all the investigation you've been doing. I think you've done an excellent job covering every little nook and cranny you can cover. And I appreciate everything you've done,
Thank you, man. Thank you, Shaun. I'm about to get out of here, man. Appreciate you coming up, man.
All right, have a blessed night.
All right, you too. Now, April capping. Look, April. Why you always lying? Why you lying? You'll give me 20, Henry. Look, guys, here's something. Look, I'm about to tell you some personal stuff about April. I offered, she been doing an excellent job modding. I was like, I want to compensate her, right? I was like, hey, what's your cash app? I'm gonna compensate you because you've been holding it down. And she was like, nah. She was like, nah. And now she talking about she'll give me 20. She hilarious. Shout out to April. That's the #1 mod, guys. All right, guys. It is my time to go. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Make sure I hit the like button on the way out. Email me, man. I got the email right there. I do have a Discord server. If you find it's called HenryResilient. I'm horrible at self-promotion. I'll get better. I promise. I just wanted to do this stream for y'all, and hopefully you took something away from it. Be better at business, better yourself. Charge your worth, know your worth. Don't enter in a contract that you don't think benefits you. And if you enter in that contract, honor the contract. Don't change it because you're like, damn, I ain't getting as much money as the person making off of me. Well, you sat up there, you signed the signature, you made the contract. What do you want me to do? You want to break the contract because it no longer suits you, or because you think it's unfair? It don't work. That's not how business works. It's not how business works. You sign the contract, honor the contract. When the contract's over, then you go for renegotiation. But Power Rangers gonna be like, see ya, back to Africa. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming out, like the stream, and I am out of here. What y'all want me to leave y'all with? Let's see, what do I got? I do got my my simp ass haters out there. Fucking simps. Oh man, getting simp tattooed on your arm. Oh, you a simp. I'll leave you with my favorite poem, man. I don't care. People be like, switch the poem up.
Fall. It's been a while since I wrote. I'm sure at times everyone has moped. But
I don't want to go back to where I was. All I could do is pray and hope, shake it off. But when I do, my mind says, nope. I mean, how do I deal with this? How do I even cope? I don't want to slide, but it is a slippery slope. I'm struggling, I'm grabbing, I slip because I missed the rope. My emotions are overflowing like a waterfall. The words I speak are positive. Well, at least I think they are. Overall, with stress occurring regularly, it's too fast. It's a hand sign. Emotions are thrown like a curveball. But how can you even breathe when the air feels like ethanol? I mean, I want to fight back my mind. I want to brawl, but when I punch, I'm on the ground. I mean, I see the takedown. I begin to sprawl, but I miss. All I can do is crawl. Then I disappear. I'm gone. And it's just me staring at the ceiling wall. I mean, people can see my pain. You can see it in my eyeball. The sun would shine, but the darkness moves in, becomes a rainfall. I'm all over the place, like a human pinball. So I delay and I begin to stall. Please, God, take my hand before I fall.